Ladies and gentlemen, people of all corners of the earth, all walks of life, we've gathered here today for an impromptu stream. This is not my main stream of the day. This is a special stream. The main stream of the day is coming later, like in a few hours. So not now. This stream will go for like 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half. We're dedicating it to some very special coverage. Okay, some very special coverage indeed. There was a second London trip, this time without me. For the best. I don't know if I will ever be going back to that city. But there was a second London trip. Many names and faces were there. Okay, many, hold on, we just need to bask for a minute, because, you know, the Aiden curse came right again. I just showered, so my hair's gonna be a little wet. The Aiden curse, you know, it came true again. People didn't, so I think we all just need to, it's time to celebrate, okay? We all need to, I forgot my fucking lighter. We all just need to rejoice. I wish I had a cigar on me, man. I wish I had a cigar on me, because today, my eyes are red. Oh, damn. Okay. But today, all my enemies have taken an L. The Aiden curse comes true again. But yeah, some embarrassing stuff happened. Our story begins with Soul Skibbity, somebody who I was once friends with, whose house I had stayed at, who turned on me because I called him annoying in a chat while he was banned from my chat for like a day because he was being annoying. Now, him and the London clique have made it their mission to take me down. Okay, it's gone from things like, you know, leaking my pursuits, streams, fair game, whatever, to actually going into my DMs to try to spoil Better Call Saul for me. So I did, as all normal people do, when faced with such dire circumstances. I put a curse on them. I looked up some old African tribal methods for placing a curse onto people, and I used every method at my disposal to curse the people that spoiled Better Call Saul for me. And I guess, the second London trip occurs. It was cursed from the get-go. I had taken Dickers off the curse because he had mended the bridge. But the rest of them were obviously not going to be safe. Now, Kuihman, who's been in my VC, I've been playing Marathon with him. We've pressed for details about this trip. There was a wretched photo that got leaked of Kuihman in Hellbent's apartment. And if somebody from Icy would love to send that in the chat, or anything you'd like me to pull up, now would be the time. Unfortunately, Discord is not opening on my PC, and I just do not know why. I went to Task Manager, and I can't find it, like, as a background process, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. If anyone has any tips. Why won't Discord open? What background process is related to Discord that I could search for in Task Manager? Is in the it doesn't say it's opened as a background task. I click it. I just go to click it, and then nothing happens. It's too much of a pain in the ass. Right click, exit. It's not, oh, there's nothing to exit, because it's not a right click. Run as administrator. Do you want to allow this app to make changes? Yes, I want to allow this app to make changes to my device. And then nothing. I get nothing. Thank you so much for the 10. Puddle. Patriots are in control. Okay, I guess I'm fucked apparently. I would just relaunch my app. Okay, whatever. Anyway, I'll look at it on my Discord. Hold on. Or on my phone. I'll look at Discord on my phone. Okay. For fuck's sake! Are you serious? I just want to pull it up on my fucking... Maybe I'll pull it up. You know what I'll do? Why don't I just pull it up? Yes. Yeah. Dude, this is gonna... Hold on. I know what we'll do. I know what we'll do. One sec. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. We're just gonna uninstall it and reinstall it. Nothing fucking special, because... But I kind of need it for what we're gonna be doing, so it's not something I can just let go, because it's gonna be driving me nuts all fucking stream if I don't get it working. Give me one sec here, guys. Parry won, dude. Parry fucking won. Dude, Parry is hacking into my computer as we speak, uninstalling Discord as we speak. Discord, uninstall. Alright. There we go. Uninstall. There we go. How's everyone's day going so far, by the way? How's everyone's day going? Is their day going good? Is everyone's day going good? Explain the hair? It's wet. It's wet. My hair is wet. I rushed. I rushed through the shower. Alright, it's almost done. Great day to snark. True. But, okay, so while I get this set up, this is my understanding. I reached out to Kuihman for his comment. I'll explain to you what occurred while Discord is launching, what I've surmised. Soul Skibbity was on this London sequel, okay? A London sequel. Discord's open. Cool. He's on this London sequel, and they're at a bar. They're at a bar that I've been to with them and with Soul Skibbity. It's a very good bar. It's like a bar/club. It's a club. It's not a... I don't know the difference, dude. They serve alcohol. It's a club. But it's the only place that plays good music. Okay? And at this place, there was some sort of altercation outside. Or it was outside the bar club thing. Okay? Apparently, out of nowhere, after Soul Skibbity had one too many to drink, non-alcoholic, by the way, in a drunken, slobbering mess, okay, very embarrassing. There were rumors of, like, him actually drooling and crying all over the floor. In a drunken, slobbering, disgusting, pathetic mess outside of this London bar, Soul Skibbity starts shit-talking Kuihman. He starts saying that Kuihman, his face was so smug. We don't know exactly. I haven't figured out yet what caused the sudden anger towards Kuihman. But then, apparently, he tries to go up to him and, like, pushes him or something, at which point Hellbent puts herself in between them and de-escalates. Now, what I'm being told, per Kuihman and others, is that he looked like he probably was gonna go swing and fight him. It didn't escalate to that point. But it seems like that's what he was attempting to do. Why? We haven't figured out exactly why yet. We haven't figured out what provoked this. We haven't figured out exactly, you know, what caused this escalation or the specifics. But I will say, this is very antisocial behavior. Touching other people without their consent, very antisocial. Something that, personally, people that do that are cavemen. They have an underfunctioning prefrontal cortex, highly functioning amygdala, and like a caveman, they react with their fists because they can't use their words or their minimal mind. Who else do we know that does this? Well, PurpleParryGaming, but he hates fair fights, so he's only done it to 2 women. These people are baboons. Antisocial, baboons, cavemen, freaks. And yeah, this is not okay. I don't stand with this. I do not stand with this. I think this is disgusting. Poor Kuihman could have been seriously injured. I for one am outraged. I don't know, man. This is just like, this is all my fault. I only know Soul from your chat. Yeah, Soul is somebody who is not the best, is not the brightest, and people make fun of him for it. And listen, this was kind of manipulative. He quit streaming for a while because he's also incredibly sensitive. And I like to have people in my corner, okay? I like to have people in my corner. So, I gave him a sort of a hype speech behind the scenes, being like, dude, what? You are not dumb. Do not let anyone tell you you're dumb. Your intelligence is just, like, different. You could totally stream. What are you talking about? I convinced him to come back to streaming. And we became friends. You know, and when we'd met up in London, we became friends, and I ended up staying at his house. He sucks at streaming. He sucks at anything where he has to use his mind because he's just not a very bright person overall. Right? And after London was done, I admittedly did not do the best of staying in contact all the time because I'm just not good at that. I grow tired of people. I'm not a very social person. And I wasn't really messaging him back after every time he messaged me. And apparently this caused some underlying anger that he never addressed to me. And then one day, when I found his one-guying attempts to be just too annoying and removed him, took it very personally, and we've had our back and forth. In regards to Purple Parrot Gaming, he, seeing an opportunity to leak and get the approval from the chat, took it upon himself to leak details, I guess, about this fight. We'll go take a look at that. But he is also somebody who is deeply unintelligent and incredibly insecure. And we'll go more into that later. He came at me for no reason again today, at which point I then leaked some things, and now I'm being told I went a bit too far, and I'll spoil it. It culminated allegedly with Parry having to awkwardly admit to his chat that he was molested as a kid. That's not necessarily what I was intending to do, but anyways. We'll get into this. So where do we begin? On the Soul... Apparently this happened on his stream last night. The Soul Skibbity stream. Let's take a look. Also, I don't feel bad about anything that happened, by the way. Wait, did he? What? The Great Sweep is in order. The Great Sweep is in order. Apparently, Soul Skibbity has deleted all of his streams. He's quit the internet. His Twitter's been deactivated. We are now going to have to watch a Dickers VOD to get some details about this grueling fight. This is a developing story, people. This is developing. Aiden doesn't feel bad for bullying Parry. No, it was hilarious. I'll do it again. Read your dono? Sorry. Yo, thank you so much, Patrick, for the 5. Soul, Aiden keeps bringing up the London trip. That's why I burned the bridge. Also, Soul. Guys, I got assaulted. Okay, that was... No. Soul assaulted somebody. Soul assaulted somebody. I literally... There is nobody on this fucking planet I hate more, wish the worst for, and legitimately hope they die than fucking cryballies, dude. It's like, why do you think I'm so pissed at J-Stock? It's like, you don't get, when you do something to somebody, you don't get to start calling timeouts and saying, oh, it's too far now. Now that, like, people, like, are using you now for their own entertainment and utilizing your own tactics. Okay? And like the fucking Parry shit is like, this guy just cries. He just cries the second anything happens back to him. Same shit with fucking Jace. It's like, you can't bring up my ex-girlfriend. That's outside of the scope of content. Like, you're such a bitch. Actually shove these people in fucking lockers. Okay, anyways. Oh, ZV says, I owe Parry an apology. I went too far. Noted. Noted. Thank you, Mother Teresa, for your moral input. Alright, where does Soul call in?
He had an Arsenal hat on, Parry, not a beanie. So it was a red hat, right?
Wait, dude. So Soul is confirming key parts of this story. I need the live chat up. Is the live chat still?
Dude, what? This is so AIDS. Can we just get, like, somebody that clips everyone's streams together? So we don't need to just, like, go from Shitter 9000 segment to Shitter 9001 segment about Shitter 700?
Still there? Fuck.
Oh, so it's an Arsenal hat. So you're welcome, so really I did you a favor by just
In comments? Oh, thanks. Thank you, Speed Racer. Thank you. Shout out to Speed Racer for being a useful chatter today. I'm not saying you're normally useless. I'm saying normally chatters are useless. So the useful ones, I think, deserve their credit sometimes. Here we go. Thank you, Cal the Half Gay.
I remember now why I was stalling for time. Okay, before we get into the fucking Nick Shirley shit, let's have a look at the story that Kathy...
When did J-Stock say you can't talk about Cherry? I'd like video... Okay, sure. I'll cite it to you right now. Go to the Kick VOD that I don't have the link to on hand. Go to the Kick VOD on his stream. Or if Ryle turned it into a segment where I debate him. Okay? J-Stock admits that after believing that I had doxed somebody, he was fine associating with me, had actually joined the text chat where he believed it had occurred, etc., etc. So the belief in me doxing, in and of itself, was not something that would make him disassociate. Now he's disassociating with me after the fact, and I'm asking, okay, what's changed, right? Because the incident has still occurred, but you're now, I guess, changing your take on it. I don't believe him, right? We have this stream call in, and he says, I was being cordial to you by still associating with me despite believing I doxed. Now I am no longer cordial to you, meaning the association is now non-existent. That's the removal of cordiality. And then I ask, okay, why? Are you no longer cordial? Or what? I don't remember exactly what I asked to get him to say it, but he then goes and says that the thing that made him remove his cordiality is because I wasn't being cordial to him. How wasn't I being cordial to him? The Cherry joke, where I joke about Cherry getting her shit out of his house. That's where he decided I wasn't being cordial to him, then decided not to be cordial back, and the association ended, right? What I had said to him was, actually, I was just matching your energy because you were going at me over the Goat Kato stuff. And he responds saying, well, the shit with my girlfriend, or the shit with Cherry, was outside the scope of content. That is direct verbatim quote. Go to his Kick stream, where he debates me on this, or my stream, where I debate him on this, and you can very clearly hear and see that.
He sent me, that apparently Soul has told on stream. Okay, so people are going to be aware of the fact that I went out with Soul and Parry not too long ago, okay? When we were there, it was a bit of a raucous evening, you know? Soul Skippity got sexually assaulted. I got sexually assaulted. Parry got sexually assaulted. They got threatened with rape. He asked me if I wanted to fuck. I win. I win. You cannot rape the raper. I've got impeccable rape vibes. Anyway.
I stand with Kelly Jean
but that
too.
moved on. A little bit raucous, but nobody got hurt. Now, the lads...
We love you, Kelly. We love you.
...have decided they want to emulate the fun, but Dickers was ill, and so they had to brave it on their own. Now, what has happened, okay?
Oh, getting ill on a London trip? Antisocial.
Okay, when I'm not there to like after them, to mind them, to show them the way to have a good night out.
Himself
that's propaganda.
Like this. Maybe Soul Skippity's punishing himself for getting in a fight by making him look like this.
That is rough, dude.
Hold on. Do I have the other picture? I had another picture of Soul where...
Dude, oh my, we now have to do like the Aiden reacting to Dickers, reacting to Parry, reacting to a picture of Soul image. Can somebody, Aiko, when you go live tonight at like 3 a.m., can you react to my stream, reacting to Dickers, reacting to Parry?
Where is it? I want to...
We need, can I get a PNG of the Kuihman Wiggler? I think we need to put that in the corner as well.
Why is he so quiet?
I can be your angle or your devil. It's like that guy. You know, I can be your angle or your devil. But it's, I can be your angle. Yeah, yeah.
You got dicked. Okay,
I can be
too big for your boots.
Gamma fell for it. You are smarter than Gamma.
Thank you for the 2, Gun. I appreciate it. Wait, what? He vomited on his laptop? Oh my god.
I can be your angle or your sex offender. Isn't that so epic? I can be your angle or your sex offender.
Yeah, can we actually get Jimmy? Yeah. Can we get Jimmy reacting to the... Wait, I gotta join the open live. I forgot. Can we get Jimmy reacting to this next stream, please?
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Huh?
Where's the
Oh,
fight?
hey, Ghost Kato. Oh, hey, Ghost Kato. Didn't see you there. What's up?
So fucked up.
Wait,
This is
Soul's into Goat Kato too?
so fucked up, dude. Dude, the crazy shit is that Soul was the one trying to warn me. Bro, be careful what you tell Parry, man. Be careful what you tell Parry.
Yes! Yeah, all of these people, whether or not they're pro or anti-Parry as a person, and I'm actually the same way, so I'm criticizing myself here, it really depends on whether he's going after you or not for that day of the week. But the truth of the matter is, if Parry came to me tomorrow now and said, Aiden, I love you, I love everything about you, I still would hate this guy. Because, like, I've realized the bias that allows you to not make an accurate assessment when someone's in your proximity versus further away. I realize this guy's just like a fat, like, fucking disfigured crybaby. It's like, what is there to like? What is there to like?
Parry, bro. He'll leak that shit on stream 100.
If you want to be like an unhinged, like, troll, I like Salvo. Go right the fuck ahead. Go be that guy. But you can't be the, I'm an unhinged troll sometimes, but I'm going to call for timeouts whenever it involves me. So, like, when it gets leaked, Parry, that you got molested, that would suck if it were anyone else, but you kind of just have to, like, take that. You can't really call, I'd be like, guys, I think that was too far.
100%. Well, all right, let's just, like, lads, before we go out, okay?
I don't have a stepdad. I don't know where I asked Parry, I pressed Parry on this on stream. He's like, yeah, your stepdad is, like, beating your, and then he's like, well, it wasn't your legal stepdad. And I'm like, okay, my illegal stepdad, Jose. And then he presses further, and I'm like, and he's like, well, I don't know if your mom was being beaten emotionally or physically. What is being emotionally beaten? What does that mean? And then it progresses, and then he brings up a sister, and I'm like, I don't even have a fucking sister. What the fuck are you talking about? He's like, I misspoke. It was really bad. So I just said, okay, if he's leaking things that he believes to be true, okay, well, I mean, your dad did molest you, so sucks to suck. And I guess that was too far for some. But instead of questioning that or denying it or refuting it, apparently, and I haven't watched yet, he just admits it on stream, which is like, okay. If you try to or do leak anything about me, I will leak everything about you. Everything. Nothing is off the table. Nothing is off the table. Sorry. It's my new fucking policy. If I'm the ACC lolcow, I'm this doxer, ACC, you know what? Fucking embrace it. I'll fucking embrace it. Okay, you want to leak about me? Go ahead. Go ahead. Do it. Do it. Do it. But you can't fucking cry like a bitch. You can't fucking cry like a bitch when I respond.
Gentleman's agreement. Whatever happens tonight, don't talk about it on live stream. Did Soul have a similar agreement with Parry? Or did he just, like, raw dog that shit?
Hey, come here. Give me a kiss. Oh, hey. Oh, is that...
Did he go out for a night with Parry and didn't wear any fucking rape protection?
Is that a new wig? Oh, that's so cute. Oh, hey, wow, you're really special to me. You make my heart go doki doki. Oh. Is there a second part to the Soul Skibbity beating someone up story where he only did this because you pissed the guy off? No, Soul just randomly attacked this guy. If Soul wants to say...
What? That doesn't sound like Soul Skibbity at all. Soul Skibbity just randomly attacked a guy. That feels like that's a misconstrual of the story.
If Soul wants to give more details, Soul can give more details. Soul just randomly attacked this guy.
Is this the way that Parry is trying to get around people saying that he's just like leaking everything about everyone? He just like gives basically no details. It's like, oh, by the way, if he wants to say a little bit more about this, he should feel free to. He should feel free to. Yeah, Soul Skibbity like raped a woman. Yeah, Soul Skibbity was like shoving his hands down women's underwear. If he wants to talk about it, he can feel free.
You know what? I think spite and bitterness is gonna make, if you justify going to everyone's level for long enough, at some point, you are the bad guy. At some point, you are the bad person. So you know what? He leaked. I leak. That's it. No, I'm not gonna go any further. There will be no further embarrassing Parry leaks.
For no reason. I was harassing women, though. I was harassing women on one of the nights out. That was fun.
Don't get me started on his mom, okay? We've dealt with daddy. Do not get me started on his mom.
We went to a club, and I was talking to Kuihman about what was I talking to Kuihman about? I was talking about like how black women have a different fat distribution than white women. And Kuihman was like, "Oh yeah, no, they did studies. It's partially genetic. The way that black versus white people. Part of it is because apparently part of it is like to do with environmental factors, but there is something to do with fat distribution with black women, which is genetic."
Damn, crazy. I'm just picturing
Wait, where's
Kuihman.
the fight?
It's like hitting on these Finnish women, so they sounded like Nicandros. So maybe there are two separate incidences of me. Maybe there are two separate incidences of me like harassing women at this one other club. This was at the Lexington. I just don't remember.
It sounds like a good deal. I'd take that deal. I'd take that deal in a fucking heartbeat.
I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got Parry on the line, wanting to call in. I'm gonna drop him in real quick.
Oh no.
Hello.
Hi,
Can you hear me?
hi,
Hello, PurpleParryGaming. You've been watching the stream,
Right, so-
having a look.
Yeah,
Any corrections?
other than the last minute, yeah, a lot. So the way I see this going down is I basically have a gun. This whole Skibbity's head.
You do.
I'm begging him to do the right thing. You don't have to do it here, Soul. There's no rush. I'm begging you to tell the truth. And if I hear you're gonna sound lying,
So the truth about the fight. It's about the fight. The fight between Kuihman and Soul Skibbity.
did you're gonna come to me?
It's about what?
The truth about the fight. The truth about the fight you had.
Soul is incredibly embarrassed about this. If he played it the right way, he would have been able to get out. But now everyone knows that this guy is like a pathetic loser that at the first sight of pressure against himself will run away. And he's kind of like a commentary turtle a little bit, you know, just like goes into his shell because he knows that he doesn't have the cognition required to formulate any response or joke that makes him come out of anything looking good. So, like the bitch that he is, has completely ran off the internet, wiped the VODs, and yeah, I mean...
You don't need to talk about that, Parry. It's got no relevance.
Yeah, you said I'm lying. That's kind of like my...
The great sweep is on. So if it comes to Aiden, it's relevant. You know, every bit of... Oh, why are you being so antisocial, Aiden? All relevant. Everything's on the table. Yeah, it comes to them. It's like, we don't need to bring that up. You know, that's not relevant. This is too far.
When did I say you lied? There wasn't a fight, was there?
You said that. Well,
Sorry,
I said it was an
there a fight?
altercation.
Didn't you wipe all? Go to my fucking thing. Go to hit the playlist button. The VODs are unlisted.
You went up to this
Yes,
guy,
exactly.
like,
Exactly.
oh, fuck you,
So it's not a
start shoving him.
Yeah,
And then the bouncer for the Lexington had to come in and stop you too.
Yes.
Even I was like, hey, whoa. I don't know if I stopped you, but I was like, hey, whoa, when you were doing it. So I'd call it a fight. Now, did anyone bleed? No.
See, that's my idea of a fight. My idea of a fight is like punching and shit. But it's just like a bit of pushing. And
Wait, so
shoving.
he pushed you back?
Good take
Am I
my
on the right?
answer.
No.
No. The other person. And so again, I have a gun to Soul's head, and it's very disappointing.
The other person is Kuihman.
Very disappointed. But the other person, they weren't really engaging. They were really like, huh? They were confused. I was confused too. I wasn't even sure that there was a fight happening.
Yeah.
And so, yeah,
So
it was
the neurotic, slobbering, drunken, STD-filled freak, for no reason at all, starts to try to fight Kuihman.
mostly Soul engaging, and then I don't know if I physically stopped him. I said, hey, settle down. And then the bouncer, the black bouncer from the other side of the street, he had to cross the street, stop Soul, and hug him off.
Yeah, I backed off then. I got scared.
Oh, it wasn't Hellbent that got between them.
Yeah.
So how many times do you think you shoved him, all in all? Because I mean, it doesn't sound like you punched him. It
Yeah,
sounds like
2
it's
or
a little
3.
bit-
No, I didn't punch. No, I didn't punch anyone.
Okay. Just two or
I'm
three
linking
shots.
I'm linking this paste image. Send message Soul sends me 2 dickers.
All right.
You should show
What the
parents.
fuck? Is this real?
What is it? I can't see.
Please don't mention who it was.
We'll be leaking everything, Saul. Don't worry. We will be leaking everything.
I'm not
This is
gonna
very
do it,
fucked up.
so-
Yes, I'll read your. Hold on. Aiden, I'll never make fun of what shirt you're wearing ever again, because what the fuck is Dicker's wearing? It looks like he dresses like some, like, he dresses like he lives in California, and he's like some, like, I don't know, he recently graduated college. That's what he dresses like. And has, like, started, like, a face cam commentary channel, like, with his full name, like, the Eddie Burback types. That's what Dicker's looks like, you know what I mean?
Leaking DMs,
I mean,
leaking private
on this
DMs is
stream-
very fucked up.
On this stream, I promise I won't mention who it was.
I thought I was nice to you. I thought I was nice to you, but
Yeah,
I thought
you
I didn't
were.
really like Bill. So what are you doing, man?
I did you a favor, so I thought, okay.
So what are you doing? This is after when Soul was trying to get into my good graces. Soul was more offended by what Parry did than I was. Soul was like on Discord, but this is so fucked. I can't believe people are laughing at this. I can't believe Parry's just like a fucking psycho. Nobody should ever associate with or talk to this guy. And then like behind the scenes, Soul was like discussing meeting up with Parry. Well, later on, and like Himpleton, who was kind of like friends, was like saying like, Soul, it looks like you're being like two-faced or whatever. And then his like what he would say about Parry in front of me versus like when I was like, it would just completely change. And it was like, I don't care if I'm friends with people who are friends with Parry. You're allowed to be friends with Parry. That's not like but like the pretending like you're outraged by his existence in front of me. And then like, and then the next minute, like hang it, like it's just like so fake. It's such bitch made behavior.
Soul an opportunity to come clean on his stream. But what do you do, Soul? You go on Dickers to lie. You break every.
Where's the
string
lie?
of
Where's the lie? Tell me where's the lie, Parry.
Well, you were kind of downplaying the situation, you know.
Sorry, it's not that big a deal.
Well, but then you were like, also you're obfuscating. Like, Parry, swim, anyway, Parry, swim. That was messed up.
Well, I didn't say you hate women.
Parry does the same thing.
Hey,
Using
women.
me?
I just said you called a woman genetically fat. Did that happen?
It did, but it wasn't with you. I did that with Kuihman. So you're stealing Kuihman's valor too? Because I was in the
I
club.
was there, bro. I was right there. What do you mean?
I might have said it multiple times.
Oh, by the way, when I was calling into Parry's stream later, and it's like, all he has is the fat thing. That's all it did. Like, he's like saying that, all he has is the fat thing. All he has is when he talks about the fact that I'm such a disgusting fat fuck, and it becomes the first thing everyone thinks when they look at me. Yeah, that's what comes to mind. Believe it or not, being that grotesquely fat is what most people would think about when they look at you. Yes, you're a disgusting fat fuck.
Apologize to the poor woman you called genetically fat.
I could have done this multiple times, to be fair. It's very likely I repeated that.
All right. Oh my god.
But the first time was with Kuihman.
Right. Well.
Right, well.
So-
Oh, you're heading off.
I guess. I mean, so Dickers, you gonna make true to your word?
I think in the end, I wasn't going to initially because I wasn't sure if it was a true and faithful recollection of the events. But you know what? Yeah, I think you've earned it, Sol. Okay, I think you've earned it. Let me give you a roll.
Fucking go.
Okay,
You know what? I don't know why
nice.
I'm so mean to Aiko. She's quite nice, but you know what? Her callings are annoying. I'm sorry.
Listen, okay, if you want to retract that part of the deal, I don't have to retake
No,
take
by
a
all
fucking
means, by all
thumbs
means,
back.
by all means, get rid of Aiko for a week, man. We need a week Aiko free.
Okay, fair
Really
enough.
fucked
I
up. Dickers
appreciate
is like
it,
letting Soul slip out. Dickers is letting Soul slip away without answering.
I mean, you can
Terrible.
press him if you'd like, Barry. What do you want to ask him?
I don't need to press him. I don't need to press
okay,
him. I have the
Harry,
gun with the chamber.
I have not
bullet
got the
in chamber.
details of the night, okay? So I've got none of the
Yeah,
ammunition
you're
that you
letting him
have.
go. Both of us do, and you're pressing neither of us.
What? Okay,
Yeah,
Harry,
nothing
you feel
needs
free to fucking
pressing.
press him. Okay.
What's the problem?
Do you feel as though he
I-
hasn't
that's
given?
me.
Do you feel
That's
as though
what you
Harry, he hasn't given a full account of the night's events? What
Absolutely
details
not.
do you think he's leaving
What do
out?
you mean absolutely not?
What?
What do you mean absolutely not?
Well,
Harry.
there was a remember when what happened? There was a part where you like left the cab. We were taking your cab back.
Oh
You
yeah,
went
yeah.
back to-
Me, Kuihman, Hellbent, and Parry were all in an Uber, and we stopped like Kuihman so Kuihman could grab some stuff, right? And I felt like I was going to be sick, so I left the Uber and like went into an alleyway with the intention to throw up, but I never threw up, so I had to get an Uber back by myself. But that's just like normal night out things. That's like
I was
nothing.
wondering
But
what happened there. I just wanted to know that for myself. There's also.
oh my
I'm
god,
just, I'm
bro.
just astounded. I'm astounded at how bad of a job Dickers is doing right now. At pressing either of us. We're getting
Dude,
left off the
I'm letting you go.
Yeah, remember when Parry was like doing the interview with the lyrics mods, and they were like saying like all these people were like completely like unhinged like losers with like the most like insane profile pictures and voices, and sounded like they were like doing an impression of Smaggle, and Parry did not give them a single like piece of pushback the entire interview because he was like madly in love with them.
You guys fucking press each other. Dude, I've actually got no fucking clue about the events of the night, okay? I feel as though you're like the
I do have a
psychopath.
question for you,
okay?
Parry. I do have a question for you.
No
Harry,
clue. He remembers what you were looking at on your phone in a bar, supposedly, but he can't. When he gets drunk, he just can't remember the night.
You're the
make it
fucking
to the bathroom?
psychopath who's
I
leaking
did
this
not make it
shit.
to the bathroom. I was in bed. I was in bed.
What you felt you were
I
gonna throw? You're like, oh, I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered to go into the bathroom.
I was too sleepy to even have that thought. So you have to understand. I was like,
okay.
it was like,
Wait,
oh,
so
what's going on?
how
No,
are
I'm
you-
vomiting. Oh.
Fuck the British. The next big like meetup, we're gonna be having the Miami stream, dude. We're gonna be having a snark about the Miami trip. Okay, only Americans allowed. An American only event, only for Americans. 100% red, white, and blue. The next up and comers were born and made in the glorious, beautiful US of A. Fuck these redcoats and these Maltese redcoat
Oh, back to
loyalists.
bed.
So you vomited in Hellbent's apartment?
Yeah.
On
All
the
over his
floor?
laptop.
No, on my laptop. On my laptop. It was a mess, man. What a mess. Terrible.
And
day.
then you just went straight back to bed? And you didn't, like,
Oh,
clean
yeah.
it up or anything?
Well, yeah. Well, I cleaned it afterwards. I cleaned, after that, I cleaned it up. Yeah.
Okay.
It was.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fun.
I mean, as soon as I was
Because
sober enough
the
to
way that I've
realize that I
heard
was
this
doing
story being
wrong.
told is that you didn't clean it up. Actually, Hellbent
I did.
cleaned it up.
No, Hellbent fixed the.
Hi, drinker here. In my sphere of alcoholics, it's generally frowned upon to admit to throwing up while sleeping. Then go. Yeah, no shit. I haven't drank so much I threw up since I was a kid. Since like I was first drinking. I had one too much at like a house party or something. I've told the story, but like after that, you just know how much you can. Typically, you know how much you can handle. And if you're not fucking stupid, you're not gonna be drinking until the point you're like throwing up, unless you're like, I don't know, an alcoholic or some shit. I don't fucking know. Why is Parry posting your private info? It's a good one, buddy. Yeah, I enrage Parry because he doesn't like the fact that he doesn't have anything to say in calls with me. And he like gets scared and like freezes up like a little bitch like he did with Salvo. So he just repeatedly runs from calls with me. So he angrily tried to come at me with some leak that I guess he was like too drunk to get correct. So he like wildly fucked it up. He thought I had a sister or something. And then that happens. So I just, note that he was molested by his father as a child, casually, and he like, I guess that's like such a big deal. And he is having a tantrum. I don't know. That's the only way I could put it.
Corrosion on the laptop, but she didn't clean it. I cleaned up the vomit.
Wait, what do you mean the corrosion on the laptop?
So you know when a laptop gets like water damaged, it gets like corroded, and you need to get like repaired.
Uh-huh.
And Hellbent knew how to do that. But the actual vomit
So-
I cleaned up, of course. I would never. That would be terrible for someone else to do
He
it.
did, to be fair. He was very good. He was very good. He cleaned up his vomit.
Yeah.
So Hellbent
Maybe-
went inside your kind of like vomit-filled laptop and what, like wiped it down? Like
No,
wiped
the
out the
laptop wasn't.
components
No,
inside?
the laptop was no longer filled with vomit. It's just there's like the humidity. It damages the.
It was like damaged. Yeah, Hellbent fixed it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not like it breaks, right? If you've like been sick all over a laptop, it's not like parts of the components have like snapped. The reason
Well,
why they're
they also
like,
get
broken is
corroded.
because they're all covered. They're all covered in vomit.
No. IT expert Dickers strikes again. BDSM and IT expert. No, that's not how it works. It actually is the case of the humidity.
I don't know if you're joking, but I believe it. I never knew, like, I never had it. Obviously, when you snark, sometimes you stretch the truth a little bit. I never actually got confirmation from him at the time, but I had suspected it for a long time. So my suspicions got leaked, and his reaction kind of told me what I needed to know. Because I noted very early on into knowing him, he had this like really weird fixation on whether or not people were molested, and would use that, like, look for that as an immediate point of attack, to the point where to me it felt like projection. Then when I meet him in Malta, he's telling me stuff about his family, including his dad. And he gets like very angry talking about his dad. And something clicks in my mind, and I'm like, I know what's going on here. How he put it to me was that his dad was unironically beating him and the rest of the family and is no longer in the picture. But the way he was talking about it to me suggested that there was like something more. And I know he has a tendency to use points of insecurity about himself as like a line of attack against other people. Like, he makes tons of fat jokes about Diorio and stuff. That's because he's really insecure about his weight. Or like accusing people of being on Adderall and stuff. That's because he has to take Ritalin because of his ADHD. So I'd always suspected it. And then that when he'd confessed that shit about his dad and like looked what it kind of told me without having to directly tell me what I needed to know. Then he comes out today trying to leak apparently that my stepdad, who I don't have, is beating my mom, and I'm just standing by and watching. And to me it was like, I kind of suspected he wanted me to leak the thing with him so he could then go and play victim, because it was like so similar to what he told me. It was almost like perfect. It's like, you know what you're doing. You want me to admit that all of that is true except for you and with your actual dad, not your stepdad. Just so you could then go and play victim.
Makes it so that the capacitors or whatever the fuck they get all glitchy and whatever. There doesn't need to be vomit directly on the capacitors for it to be broken.
It's just moisture. It's just moisture from the vomit.
Yeah.
It's got other components. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. And so you wanted Hellbent to do that for you because?
So I wanted her to do it. It's that she offered.
Oh, okay. And you kind of like took advantage slightly of her generosity.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. If you're saying that, no, that's fair. Okay. So Soul, press parry on that detail. Who was?
I guess for a sister, I do have a half sibling, but they don't know my mom. That's on my dad's side. So that wouldn't even work for the story, because if my mom was getting beat by his stepdad, the person that you would be able to colloquially refer to possibly as it wouldn't even be in the picture. So I don't know how that would work.
Sorry?
Who was it?
I have like multiple half siblings.
Who was it? It doesn't matter, does it? It was just some guy.
Okay. Okay, I'm just wondering. You know, I just feel like
well,
fair that I'm pressing parry. Parry's asking me to
No,
press you guys a
absolutely,
little bit more.
absolutely.
I press him, and I
It's
just feel
not
like
like
it's
it
unfair
is
if I press you.
it is literally a case of I got very angry, I got very drunk, started pushing this guy. That's pretty much it. It led to nothing.
What made him angry? What made him angry? And also, like, you're 22. This is like high school drunk. You're 22 years old.
And so, like, told me off. I stopped.
I mean, was it a stranger?
Pretty much. Might as well be. I don't know them very well. Still don't.
You don't know them very well, and you still don't.
So you're such an embarrassing, like, piece of shit that, like, when you drink, you're so obnoxious and, like, such a fucking weirdo to hang out with. Actual strangers have to step in and intervene because of your drunken, pathetic behavior. Wow, dude. Wow. That's typical. No, it's not typical if you're, like, meeting up with someone you don't know like that to go and put your hands on them in response to alcohol. It's actually not normal at all. If that's normal for you, then that's, like, a problem with you or your friends that, like, led you to believe that was normal. But no, drinking until the point you have that little self-control where you actually are touching people, that's not normal at all.
Okay. Because of course, Kuihman is the other person there on the night out, and he said that he doesn't want to say anything unless you say something first. Do I know that drunken fights have happened? Yeah, I've seen it. I've never been involved, but, like, I've seen it and shit. And it's like, those people are like, they're those people. They're weirdos that can't handle their fucking alcohol, that get kicked out of the bar, because it's like, who the fuck wants to be around that? Like, handle yourself. Is that in any way kind of like hinting towards more details of the situation, or is that tangential?
Well, I mean, I'm guessing he was there, so I mean, I don't know. Probably not. I don't know, because he was there.
I mean, at least I would never be caught dead going out with someone that I believe that if they got drunk, the response would be to become physically violent. That's the worst type of people to drink with. And I would never want to be near someone like that. It's like the normal person, alcohol makes them, like, feel good. Alcohol makes them, you know, their inhibitions are a little loose. They feel, you know, things are funnier, there is a select few people, not the norm. There is a select few people who, when they drink, they become angry, they become belligerent, and they become physically violent. And to that subset of people, A, they should not be drinking, and B, it shouldn't be the norm to go out and socialize with them in a drinking context.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. How many people do you know in London, by the way? Do you have like a big network of people that you know there?
Well, I know a few people. I've got like friends in uni there and stuff, so.
Was it a friend in uni?
Sounds
that
like
you
you've never been out to... I have been out to bars. I went out to a bar with Soul where we saw a man get into a fist fight with another man, and they kicked him out. Because that's not normal. They kicked him out as a result. That's not normal. That's not socially accepted. As an adult, you should not be using your fucking fists to handle disputes. Only emotional, like, mental children do shit like that, and it's pathetic.
No.
Okay.
It wasn't anyone like I know, personally.
Mm-hmm. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Did you guys kind of like spend the rest of the night together, or was it just like that one time you saw each other?
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Harry, any input you can give?
I
got no. Okay. Fair enough.
Well, that's
interesting.
I guess that's it.
And so you're absolutely sure that you don't know, or you don't want people to know. You don't want to say.
Not really. I don't really know him, so I don't know him very well. I still don't. Probably will never. So.
Okay, just to like get the parameters correct here. Do you feel like you know me very well?
I'd say so, yeah. Been out with you a few times. I know you quite well.
Okay. Do you feel like you know Parry very well?
Okay,
Yeah.
so very quickly, they are missing one point, and I feel like it's important for the story and your narrative about Perry. The reason why they were outside the bar fighting is because the bar picked Perry. They were like, we can't have this guy here.
Wait, why did Parry get kicked out?
Well, I asked him, and he said because well, Hellbent said, I think it was because he was too drunk, but like he took too much alcohol, and they don't want him to say more. But I feel
At the
like
Lexington?
What?
Really? What was he doing to get kicked out of that place for being too drunk?
That's the question. That's what I'm asking, and we need Hellbent to answer this.
He would have had to have been like, he would have had, because just for context, that bar, it's not really, it's half bar, half club. Upstairs is basically like a nightclub. It is like fucking, it's packed. You're like shoulder to shoulder with people. To get across, you have to like push through people. It's like an ocean of humans, right? I don't understand. People are all sorts of drunk on drugs, whatever. I don't understand how you can get like so drunk you get kicked out of that place.
Yeah, so Hellbent was hiding some details, like the Kuihman stuff. She was hiding it, so I feel like she might have been hiding the details of why Perry was kicked. Because I don't buy that. Oh, he had too many drinks today, so okay, that's enough. Let's kick this guy.
Oh, and did you hear when Perry was like saying that shit about the stepdad that I don't have? Chronic like clips it and puts it on Twitter. Did you hear Chronic is not clipping the molestation thing because he says that's too far?
Yeah.
What do you think? There's a double standard when it comes to dealing with me versus dealing with everyone else?
Yeah, I think so.
A great sweep, some could say.
In this instance, yeah. Like sometimes no, but in this specific instance, if Perry allegedly leaked, I don't know if it's true or not, what happened with you, it's fair for Chronic to clip the other side too. But
yeah, but also like the antisocial behavior exhibited in London.
Forget about that. Perry never made fun of Indians, and I feel like you have. I don't know, or at least Chronic thinks you did.
I've went through every effort in my.
I know. I'm not saying I think that. I say Chronic thinks that.
Okay, yeah. Well, apparently I can be India's best friend, and they'll still treat me like shit. So, fuck that.
I would say that's probably plays
I'd say so.
a part of why Chronic is not living the other side, because he likes Perry more, obviously.
Yeah.
But forget about fucking Chronic. Who cares? I'm saying Hellbent, which I don't know if she's still around, needs to come out and tell us why Perry was kicked. I feel like that's an important part of the story.
Yeah, it's there needs to be transparency about the woman beating Melissa.
Yeah, because I don't think they just kicked him. Oh, he had too many drinks today. He bought too many drinks. No, that's a club.
It does not work like that there. Yeah. No.
So I just wanted to add that context.
Thanks. Not everyone needs to like. No, you don't. But it simultaneously, it's like we're going through efforts to cover up embarrassing stories about other people on London trips, while being happy to go into detail about every single time I took a step. So I'm noticing a bit of a, bit of a difference. Maybe I'm just seeing things. I don't know.
Okay. Interesting.
Parry's cool. I like Parry. I've seen him more than anyone, I guess, except for Hellbent, obviously.
Listen, I don't want to feel as though I'm like exploiting the situation here, and so you can absolutely feel free to hang up whenever you'd like. You don't need.
The sweeping is insane. That's all I'll say. This is just it's gotten to the point. The London cabal is just as bad as the old. Okay, the sweeping for each other. End it. Okay, end it. We want all details revealed.
Permission, but Kathy has been begging me in chat to call in. Okay, is it okay if he joins as well?
The snark left sucks. Kathy has double.
If you're I don't know what very drunk means though at the Lexington. I literally drank. I got like, when I went there with Soul, I got like, dude, I got like insanely fucking drunk. Obviously not so drunk I was throwing up, but in like the drunkest you could get up to that point while still pleasantly being drunk. That's how drunk I got. And I was still able to keep ordering more. So I don't know how drunk you would need to get at that place to be denied service.
Standards for his friends. and then people who be snarks. I don't like it.
The Mexican cabal's next. I don't know about that, bro. Cesar Chavez. Cesar Chavez was a labor leader, big leader of the Chicano Mexican American movement. There's a holiday celebrating him in California. Apparently, a big op-ed, or not op-ed, apparently a big expose got dropped about him raping a 13-year-old. So they're temporarily or permanently, they've renamed the holiday. It's a big deal right now in California. So I don't know if the Mexican cabal's doing so good today.
He's an evil person. Kathy's an evil person, because you shouldn't let Kathy in.
I shouldn't let Kathy in. Okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Okay, I won't force him upon you. Was there anything else that we wanted to talk about?
How's your week been, Dickers?
My week's been alright, mate. I've been slightly fucking in the start, but
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Recovering towards the end. Yeah. How about yourself?
Very good, actually. Very good. I'm at work, doing my thing. And yeah, things are good.
Is being sick to not hang out? That's a question people are asking.
I think so. Yes, that's actually.
Wait, somebody has leaked, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting leaked a leaked recreation of what the incident at the Lexington looked like. This is bad, folks. This is bad. Wait, why is it not? Yes. Why is it not? Okay. We're pulling it up. People, if you have children at home, we're asking you to remove them from the room. What you're about to see is quite disturbing.
Yeah, let's press Dick.
Wait, hold on.
Smug face annoys me. Stop me! Stop, please!
Stop, please!
What the? This is slop, dude. What is that?
Your smug face annoys me. Stop me! Stop, please!
I love how in all these like AI edits, Hellbent gets portrayed. Wait, what's the? Dude, hold on. There's another one. Hold on. Dude, this is definitely like a Kathy edit. Wait, yeah, right here. Look, dude. Hold on. This is my favorite. This is like a Kathy all-timer right here. This is very disturbing also, so if you have children at home. Aiden Underground did what to Sweet Innocent Hellbent in London? Dude, this is bad. My PR team has been trying to sweep this video under the rug. Anyways, back to what we were watching.
Because Parry, come on.
He just says
I did not think being sick.
Stream.
I did not sound normal on stream. What the fuck?
Yeah, he also
I took several days off streaming.
I feel like that's a lie. He wasn't really sick. He just didn't camera on.
Yeah, I didn't put my camera on because I looked like sick and ugly, and I was like having fever sweats.
Harry, unleash your brand ambassador.
Don't say it, Sol. Don't say, oh, you always look ugly. That'd be really rude, Sol. Don't say that.
No, I'm saying unleash your brand ambassador.
I know you're like a violent guy that likes getting in fights, but if you said it to Dick, you'd get in fights.
Alright, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Alright. Well, I guess I'll leave it at that.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. So this is another detail. Sol, did you say to the person you got in a fight with that they always look ugly, or have I misunderstood that?
No. No, it's because I was thinking of saying, well, I don't know how Parry knew I was going to say that when you said you looked ugly. I nearly said you always look ugly.
Yeah, it's an easy one too.
Parry,
was there any fighting words exchanged between you and this gentleman who you have in a street fight with?
Not to my knowledge. I think I was just saying fuck off. But in like a, you know my angry voice, Dickers. You know what it sounds like. It gets very northern. Yeah. That's pretty chill.
Nothing happened to precipitate this at all.
Not really. Pretty much nothing. No. Ooh. Nothing happened.
Hold on.
Damn! That makes it worse. I could see myself maybe getting into a fight if there was some major precipitating event and I was drunk. But the drunkenness in and of itself does not cause anger, right? If anything, my threshold, I'm like, I can take like emotions or emotional slights much better if I'm drunk, right? For the drunkenness to actually provoke you to get in a fight that like, and create negative emotions that weren't once there, I think is, you might have a problem with alcohol. And the fact that there was no provocation that led to such an exchange occur, it's very embarrassing.
Pretty much nothing.
Yeah, like nothing.
Well, that's what you said.
I got very angry. What?
Okay, because earlier you said that you can't remember the reason why the fight started. And then you just said it was pretty much
No,
nothing.
I'm
It sounds
like
like you can't remember a
I'm
little
pretty
bit.
sure there is like no reason.
You and Gamma said the same shit. Alcohol makes me like, if you consider me autistic, alcohol makes me less that's why I want to avoid it, because it works a bit too well, doesn't it? Makes me more social, more talkative.
Okay, but
Like,
you had to guess what was the reason.
That's a guess. No, I guess I got annoyed. No shit, but like I get annoyed very easily, so.
Was there anything in particular that got you annoyed?
I get in a very good mood. I get into a very good mood. I can't imagine wanting to go like yes, but that's because I thought that was funny, Dylan. That's because I thought that was funny. And it was like sitting right there, so it made it very easy.
I don't know, man. I got hammered, and then afterwards, well, we all know what happened afterwards, because Parry's already said, but we got very high, so I don't remember. I'm sorry, man.
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough.
I'm sorry, Dickers.
Yeah, that's okay.
A doxing spree. No, somebody's dox that was being posted over. I reposted it in my server when I was drunk because I thought the unhinged shit was like funny, and I took it way too far, right? But the emotions there were not anger. That was like funny. I was laughing while I did it, right?
Okay, that's okay. Listen, okay, you've earned it. You've got your perms. You got them taken away from Ico.
That's fucking
I appreciate the candy that you had. But one last final try, okay? You won't say who it was.
Okay. No, because it's nobody, dude.
Okay.
Nobody. It's like,
Would I know who they are?
Maybe.
But the fact that I found that funny was probably the result of a complete lack of empathy for this person.
I don't know.
So,
All right, bye.
but it wasn't angry. I wasn't angry while doing it.
Okay, goodbye.
I mean, how much you frequent London bars? You might recognize them.
There is no way, Sol, that you are telling Parry to not say who it is if I wouldn't know who it is, and you would only know it from frequenting London bars. Goodbye.
Getting sued for leaking sex tapes. That's Steven's just being a silly guy.
Hello.
Say who it is, Sol. Stop running like a coward.
Okay. Thank you for the 5. Thank you for the 5. Listen.
Why'd you dox my ghetto-ass cousin Jerome? Because he deserved it.
Okay. We're doing
problem. I'll do it again.
We have a fucking armistice after the events of after the events of New Year's 2026. We're not pushing people super hard. Okay. If they want to leak stuff, we'll maybe press a little bit, see if we can get
an armistice. An armistice with who?
Look, get a little bit of fucking juice.
Wait, is he saying he's gonna leak something about me? Or otherwise would have, had an armistice not been in place?
Over the calls for not saying anything. What's this Kathy wants to call in about? Hello, Kathy?
Okay, so I received some info from someone who was, I will not name them though, but you can figure it out. The reason why he doesn't want to say who, not because it's a known person, not because it's a YouTuber famous, it's because he got in a fight with a trans woman.
This is not true.
I would say trans, female to male. Male to female.
You know what? The snarking, it's grown on me. It's grown on me. I say let them snark. Okay? I've changed my opinions on this. I say let them snark. What could possibly go wrong? Clip that, and then when it goes wrong... Why is my watch flipped? Clip that, and then when it goes wrong, make an edit of my life being destroyed right after I said, let them snark. I'd be like the Marie Antoinette of commentary.
Which one? Which way?
Well, you can't call him a guy, so I guess trans man.
Okay. So it's not particularly who it was. It's about what aspects they had.
Yeah.
Okay. And you've got this from the source who was there that
I'll
night?
drink alcohol once in a while. There is not a single VC I've ever been in with you, Puddle Sucker, where you have not been so drunk you're slurring your words. So I don't know what once in a while means. But I hope you get the help you need, man. Your liver needs it.
Yeah, not gonna say who.
But you're not going to name. Okay. So do we think this is like an instance of random, like, transphobic violence that happened on the streets of London?
Probably, yeah. I would categorize that, which I would think it's illegal. I don't know.
I would think that would be illegal as well.
Yeah.
I think that would be illegal as well. Okay. So, just real quick, was it a transgender woman? And, you know, to add insult to injury,
I heard
he's like touched them and shoved them outside a bar.
All right, so
and then
where
just
does this
misgendered
get
them, or are they
better?
Thank you for the 2, Jake.
All right, we want to investigate this. I demand, Hellbent, I'm calling you. Come onto the stream. You were OG, the homie who's been... I am OG, man. I am OG. They thought I was out of the game. People were literally saying, we've lost an OG, but you know what? I'm like a cockroach. You can't kill me, man. You get close to it. Never quite there. Where is Hellbent? Where is Hellbent? Everyone's like, you hate Hellbent. You hate Hellbent. Why does Hellbent... I do not. You want to see what hate looks like? I hate almost everyone involved in this story. Okay, that's what hate looks like. I don't hate Hellbent. I do not hate Hellbent. I just find her intensely annoying. Let's try to call her. Ape Gamer said he wants to call in. Hellbent! Hello? Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
So, you're live right now. Do you know that?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So, I have some questions I wanted to ask you about relating to an incident that has occurred. And I hope that for the sake of transparency, something that we value very much in this community, you're ready to answer those questions, are you?
Sure, I mean, I'm very happy to answer anything.
As
to the
honestly as
extent of my ability.
possible.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. Tell us the story of the altercation that occurred outside the Lexington. We know it was Kuihman now. We know it was Kuihman. He's told me a little bit about his end. Tell us your version of events as our main witness.
I don't know if I'm the main witness, really. I think it's Barry.
Well, as our most reliable witness.
True. Okay, I'll tell you from my end. So, so we were in a club. So I was with Soul at the time. We were either buying drinks or doing something. So then Kuihman calls us and texts us like, hey, like, where are you guys? Like, we got, well, like, Barry got kicked out of the club, so we basically have to go. So I went to get my coat, and it took me a while because I couldn't find it.
Barry got kicked out of the Lexington? Wait, pause.
Yes, but
why'd he get kicked out?
So again, because like Kuihman was with Perry when it happened. I only know what Kuihman said, which is that Perry was quote unquote wobbly. So I guess for being drunk.
Got it.
But you knew all that already.
Okay, it's wobbly. Well, did he get kicked? He got kicked out of the Lexington? No, the Lexington is where you were at. So this isn't the Lexington that he got kicked out of.
No, this was the Lexington. We were all at the Lexington. We were just not in this.
The same.
We were just not like in.
Oh, were they upstairs?
Proximity. We got separated. We just got separated at some point.
Okay. Continue.
Yeah. So when I came out outside, having gotten my coat, what I witnessed was Saul being drunk, kind of just being like, "Yeah, you want to go, mate? You want to go?" At Kuihman, and Kuihman being like, "What's your problem, mate?"
Was it like a funny? You want to go? Like, was he smart? What was his expressions like?
No. He wasn't joking, but it was clearly he was like being drunk and like, I don't know. Have you ever seen like somebody drunk getting into a fight or picking a fight like for no reason or for a very stupid reason?
I have not seen them picking one. I've seen other people drunk fight, but I've only seen it after the fight's already occurred. So what was he was just saying, do you want to go for no reason?
He wasn't even really saying that. He wasn't saying much. He was just kind of like, you know, like a cockerel before the fight, kind of just like posturing and you know,
that's
just kind of moving like, you want to go, mate, kind of thing. And
that's all you heard. That's all you heard.
Yeah, I don't think he said anything like intelligible throughout any of it. But yeah, he definitely didn't look like a joke. He looked riled up. So then me and Barry was like, okay, dude, chill. And then the bouncer came over from across the road. But to be fair, like we didn't need that guy's involvement. We were just like, don't worry, like it's all cool. And then we got.
What did he do after coming from across the road? What did he do?
The bouncer?
Yeah.
He's like, hey guys, settle down. And we're like, no, don't worry, like we got it, it's all fine.
So after creating such a public nuisance that the group is evicted from the bar, a bouncer intervenes across. What? No, I'm just describing.
No, we did not get kicked out of the
one of your members got kicked out, and the rest of the group left as a result.
Yes, but that's completely separate from.
Okay, so a member of the group creates such a nuisance that he is removed, and then another member of the group, after the group has to leave the bar as a result, is creating such a nuisance that a bouncer steps in from across the street. Correct?
I would. Well, the fact of the matter is, a bouncer came over to check in on what's going on. Would I say that the situation demanded that intervention? No.
From
it was
across
actually
the street? How did he know that there was anything going on if it was just as not as serious as you thought it was? How did he know from across the street? What did he say?
No, he obviously saw the same thing that I did, which was like Saul was like angry and like there was some tension. So
He was
the bouncer
Saul
decided
positioning himself like he was about to throw a punch, whereas like by his like body
he was
language, his
positioning
posture.
himself. He was clearly like wanting a fight, but he never came close to like actually throwing a punch or anything like that.
Okay. Was he being loud?
I don't think so. No, because I don't remember anything he said specifically. I think he was just kind of. But you can tell like the body language, and he was just like riled up for some reason. But I remember feeling like the bouncer must be like really bored because there was no need for him to like cross the road and be like, "Oh, everything okay here?" Like, yes, it's fine.
Well,
we didn't need you here, to be honest.
Okay. So I'm gonna have Kuihman repeat the story, and I trust Kuihman more than you. So if Kuihman gives me any details about this that you decided to omit, the narrative is gonna be that Hellbent lied. So is there anything you feel like you want to tell me now that you might not have mentioned previously?
Yeah, I want to tell you that you being very quick at calling somebody a liar hasn't been helpful to you in the past, and
I'm
it will
not.
continue to
I'm
not
not
be
calling
helpful
you
to
a
you.
liar. I'm saying if I find out that you did, I'm gonna call you on.
I am specifying to you that this was what I witnessed. That is to the best of my recollection. That is
Got it. And
exactly
for
what
your
happened.
sake, let's hope your recollection is good. That's all I'm saying. Sound good?
So were you serious when you were saying in IC that if Saul doesn't call in during this coverage, you were gonna reveal some personal information about him? I don't mean PI.
Like his address?
No. I don't mean his address. You made it sound like you were gonna leak like embarrassing personal shit, not PII.
We'll leave that one up for interpretation. An artist shouldn't explain his craft.
Well, I guess so. I'll just say. Well, I mean, I hope that was a joke. I'll just say it was kind of disappointing to see that because even though you guys fell out, I would have expected you to treat people that used to be your friends better than that. You don't have to
I'm
dance in
supposed to
their
be the
graves
bigger
that
guy.
much.
Out of everyone involved in this cast of characters, you're expecting me to be like the bigger guy.
No, of course not. Obviously, I've been the bigger guy throughout all of this. I'm like the best person. So, but I'm just giving you advice. Take it or leave it. All right. Bye.
Goodbye. Yeah, I'm supposed to be the bigger guy. The bigger guy. After everything you've seen for the last 3 months, I'm supposed to be I'm the bigger guy. I would never just stoop to their fuck that, dude. Fuck that. It's a dog eat dog world, and you want to be the dog that's doing the eating. Or the rat, sorry. The rat that's eating the cheese. Alright, we'll ask Kuihman to call in. Call Soul on his leaked phone number. Yeah, dude. Got it. Yeah, Aiden, I expected you to not shit flinging commentary. God, man. I thought I was ACC lolcow known doxer. Aiden Underground. Why are expectations high? Why are expectations high when it comes to me responding? Wait, I didn't mean to join ICVC. I meant to join Open Live. Anyways, so that's that. Parry goes live today to talk about this a little bit, which leads to our second story of this stream. Is the VOD still up? All right, here we go. Well, I didn't mean to. That's my kick chat. Fuck.
Johnny,
The chat pushing for a classic crash out. You're not getting it, buddy. I'm in too much of a good mood today. Okay, so Parry goes live to talk about this some more and contribute to the snark narrative about Soul Skibbity and his embarrassing slobbering drunken crash out on Kuihman in public because these people are all very antisocial, getting like kicked out of bars and shit.
Just lets Soul Skibbity weasel away.
Well,
did you know Parry? Did you know Skibbity? Because he's.
Where
so you have a hard so okay.
Oh wait here.
Okay. Yeah, Soul was begging me. Soul was begging me to not tell who it was.
Chronic is claiming it was 3 shoves, according to Kuihman. 3 shoves? 3 shoves! Did Hellbent say that in her story? 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 Did Hellbent say that in her story?
Catty, you want to call in, but you're not saying why. If you told me why you'd want to call in, maybe I'll let you in. But anyway,
on this stream, is very fucked up.
On this stream, I promise I will not mention who it was.
I thought I was nice to you. I thought I was nice to you, Parry.
Yeah,
I thought I didn't really like.
I thought I was nice to you. Dude, this guy is such a pathetic individual. You're not a kid, okay? You're not a kid. You're a fucking grown-ass man. I was nice to you. It's so pathetic. It's so pathetic. The whole, like, jokingly or half-ironically acting like a fucking little girl thing is pathetic.
Bill, so what are you doing, man?
I did you a favor. So
I was nice to you.
I'll give Soul an opportunity to come clean on his stream. But what's the situation, you know? You're obfuscated. You're like, Parry did swim, by the way. Parry
I guess. I mean, there's so Dickers, you gonna make true to your word?
All right, we're skipping this. Where do I come in?
He just did the league.
Oh, even
Okay,
so,
then I get brought up. Or wait, no, it's back here, I think. Sorry, it's back here. Way back here. So I start typing in Parry's chat, encouraging him to leak more about Soul. Because Parry's like a mad dog off the leash, you know? And it's like, might as well get 2 birds, 1 stone. So I don't even say anything mean to Parry. I'm in his chat, and I'm saying, merely, all I'm saying is, I'm trying to encourage him to leak more about Soul.
So if it's on heads, I'm going to leak.
So then I tune back in. He says about to leak something, and he's going to flip a coin on it. So I'm saying leak it. I didn't realize he was talking about me. But...
Oh, I wouldn't say it's so bad. I'm going to flip a coin. I'm going to flip a coin. For slandering him. He's not a violent Welshman. He's, on average, he's like... For the Wales diaspora, he's actually.
Does anyone else feel like his camera's like a bit too zoomed in? You know what I mean? Does anyone feel like his camera's a bit? Give us some space. You know what I mean? Some space. Why don't we zoom out a little bit?
The nice guy. So I sincerely apologize for slandering Soul Skibbity like I did. And if
you know, I'm gonna start.
If necessary, I will send
streaming like when I stream.
Employers a written apology. Get in contact.
So
with
guys, we're back at it again. Another great stream.
Discord.
Zoom out a little bit, bro. It's close up. Whoa.
I would like to also apologize to Kuihman. He would never lose a fight. He would never lose a fight to Soul Skibbity because he's epic and strong or whatever. Don't say it. Oh, I want to say it so bad. Oh, I want to say it so bad.
What's it? The big leak is coming, guys.
Flip a coin.
He fully believes what he's about to say is real, an actual leak. Just for clarification, he thinks it's a very big deal. So he flips a coin.
So if it's on heads, I'm going to leak the thing about Aiden. It says Aiden is a complete loser bitch boy who's afraid of his stepfather beating the shit and abusing his mom. But because Aiden's a loser, he doesn't do anything about it. He's a complete total queer loser. Aiden's the...
So this is news to me. If I do in fact have a stepfather out there that I didn't know about that is beating my mother, can we not do that? I think touching people is like not okay. And like, you know, it's not cool. If I wasn't doing anything about it previously, it's because I didn't know that I had a stepfather. So this is, once again, this is like news to me. What Parry is doing here is when we were in Malta, when the two of us were quite drunk. My mom calls me on the phone. My mom is very nice. My mom's a very sweet person. My mom is calling to make sure I'm okay. She says, who are you with? I say I'm with, and I introduce Perry by his first name. And I said to him, you want to say hi? He says, sure. So he says hi. My mom says hi back. And that's the end of it, right? I then was talking about, you know, how nice my mom was and stuff. And I was like, yeah, sometimes, though, she lets people, like, talk to her, like, crap or whatever. And I don't think she should do that. I didn't say that this was anyone she was with. I didn't say that she was getting beaten. I didn't say that she was being assaulted. I just said, you know, I don't like the way that, and he's like, is he like, oh, is it your stepdad or something? I told him I don't have a stepdad. And I clarified, people don't talk to her nice sometimes and she just takes it. Like, I wish my mom was more like me in the sense of, like, you know, not taking shit from people. But that happens. And then he confides stuff about his family to me, which I told you about, how his dad was, like, violently beating the family. And then that, like, I guess that's what goes down. So he is, like, really stupid and can't get anything right. So the story becomes something entirely different when he goes to leak it now. Apparently I have a stepdad that is beating my mom, which is, like, that's the snark game. You know, fair enough. If you want to snark, you want to snark. But, you know, this is, like, a big deal. People are adding me in my server. People are like, dude, can't believe Perry actually did this. Chronic Sonic is clipping it and tweeting it out, saying stuff like, hold on. PurpleParryGaming leaks information about Aiden being afraid of his stepfather abusing his mom. So he clips, it's a big deal. Everyone's like, haha, he got Aiden with this one. That's what happens, right?
The older brother, where's the older brother? Look, because he's such a total fucking bitch. He just sits there and lets his new daddy, new stepfather, have his way with his mom, and he cries about to me at dinner.
But you know, I'm very glad that nobody is beating my mom, because if they were, I would absolutely do something about it. I don't live with her, but if I knew about it, I would do everything in my power, including, you know, not talking to her if someone was beating her and she wasn't willing to, like, leave them or go to the police or something. I would never, like, you know, I would never enable that, right? So this wasn't, like, a big deal to me. What was a big deal is that he thought this was real and ran with it. It's like, okay, fair enough. You're, like, malicious, whatever, right? It's fair. That's who you are. That's what he does. But the thing was, what was so sad to me about this is that the story that he had concocted about me was so similar to what he had told me about his family that when he was saying this, I sort of saw the beaten, scared little child coming out a little bit and, like, talking to himself. When he's, like, being like, you're such a bitch for sitting there letting it happen. I feel almost like he feels guilt about his own father's treatment of the family from when he was a kid, and he's, like, talking to the child version of himself. You know what I mean? And that's, like, a sad thought. You were a kid. You had no control over what your dad was doing to the family and doing to you, as you've later confessed on stream, in terms of beyond just hitting. Apparently there was some touching going on as well. And it's not your fault for not stepping in and doing something about it as a child. Okay? So, Perry, you were a victim, and I think you should get therapy for that. Not take it out on me.
Malta, because he's a total F-slur bitch. God, the guy's a loser. And he's gonna, like, cry about it. How are you gonna bring it up and he's gonna, like, sit there?
No, you can bring it up. Am I crying about it?
It looks like an F-slur. God, this guy's a loser. This Aiden guy's a loser.
I'm not, dude, you totally fair game. Go ahead.
I'm afraid of his stepdad awards.
Fair game in the sense of you can do that. Go ahead. But you have to let me do it to you now. That's what I mean by fair game, right? Do it to me? Fine. But you have to let me do it to you now.
Afraid of his stepdad awards. It landed on heads. I'm not sure that. It did, though.
So that happens. People are calling it, people are saying, oh, you went too far, whatever. It's whatever, right? But then, I don't normally do this, but I think this is a case where you just need to hear the full thing. People are telling him to call me. He calls me. He goes and calls me, or no, I call him. He's like, he can call me. So I call him thinking that he wants to call me, at which point he says that he lies and says that I wanted to call him. I say no. It's like a non-tent back and forth, and then he leaves the call. He runs from the call, at which point people make fun of him because this is something that he's done with me quite frequently because because he's not somebody that's very smart. So like it's very easy to say the same 3 like derogatory adjectives about someone over and over and over again behind a stream. But when it comes to like that live shit talking in the moment, the stuff that would actually like require cognition, he fails miserably. You saw this happen with Salva. So we go, there's like icy leaks or whatever, and then finally, after everyone's demanding a call-in, the content is being deprived, I decide, you know what, we will call in. One of his own actually encourages me in my chat to call in and actually hash out some sort of disagreement. So I said, you know what, sure. So, here we go. So this is that call-in. I'm gonna play it, and I'm not gonna talk until it's over. It's quick. It's quick. It's like, it should be, what, 15 minutes? But I'll speed it up. I have to go make a phone call. But this is that call that I'm playing right now. Which I'll be right back for, I guess. I gotta make a coffee and make a phone call real quick.
But hold on, to tell you what happens, you know the picture I mean? Oh, now Aiden's calling. What do you want, Aiden? You're just gonna sit here silent? Like it's a funny bit? Okay. Hi. What do you want?
Hello?
What do you want?
Wait, hold on. Okay, I think I can hear you now. Yeah, so someone was saying you wanted to call, but apparently, like...
You literally said you wanted me to call. You're just gonna make fat jokes? You have nothing to say, I'm just gonna kick you, man. What do you want to talk about?
Where did I ask that? Did you just lie again? No, Molly,
in chat.
lying again on stream? Where did I ever say that?
You have 10 seconds to say something that you want to talk about.
Where did I ever say? Okay, so you just like called a lie, and now you're preparing your excuse to run?
7,
So you just lied,
6,
everybody. Never asked them.
5,
so what do you want to talk about?
4, 3,
Exactly.
2, 1. You're such a bitch. Like, literally, he was in chat saying I wouldn't call. I told him to call in.
Oh, wait, hold on. That was the first call. He runs, chat gives him shit for it, and then he demands a moderator. So I say, yeah, you could let Hellbent moderate, because he insists on having a moderator if there's going to be a debate with me. But then he proceeds to just talk over the whole time, so I don't know what he wanted a moderator for. But here's the actual call. My bad. I agree to have Hellbent as moderator.
Okay, so...
Because I'm a chill guy.
Look at us, guys. I missed this. It's like
Yeah.
the Musketeers back at it again. So just to establish that you lied, I never asked you to call. Now that we can call,
you're in chat crying.
no.
In chat crying about it. You're lying.
Okay.
Are you gonna let the moderator moderate?
He's playing the earlier call? Or wait, no. This is this call. Got it. Alright. If I sound quiet at any point during this, it's because he admittedly turns me down.
About who asked whom to call, nobody cares about that.
Yeah. Just to rebut, like, if I leaked anything about you, Parry, if I was to leak anything about you, you wouldn't complain, right?
No, I would, because you're trying to justify doxing. I'm just gonna like.
Wait, you would? So
you're gonna be clear.
Why do I ask him this? This was before I leaked the shit about his dad. Why do I ask him this? I ask him this. I said BRB, but I'm actually not being RBing right now. I ask him this because I know he's a cry bully and he's gonna play like he's gonna be a bitch the second I do it back to him.
No. Assuming.
Just like start the call, turns the dox. What do you want to do here? There's no PII. So what? I don't know, because you might take that ridiculous definition of doxing.
There's no PII. Assuming that there's no PII, do I have your permission right now? I can leak anything I know about you.
No, because you're going to say it's not PII because I said so. No, I have to know what it is. No, because you're like a doxer and your definitions are bullshit.
So terms have definitions. So
yeah, but you don't. You fuck with them. You don't use those definitions.
Okay, so you're a cry bully. You like to.
No, I don't want you to dox. That's what I. If you're going to keep trying to dox, I'm not having this conversation. No.
Okay, so it is doxing to reveal your dad isn't a part of the family anymore because he molested you. You would consider that a dox.
All right, so now you're just being gay. All right, man.
Okay, so that's good. So you're gonna play the victim that I leaked that. You're gonna. Okay, cool. It's fine.
Yeah,
You're just gonna
Okay, Aiden. So your position is obviously because Perry revealed personal shit about like your family or whatever. So your position is, well, you should be able to do that about Perry, and he
no,
should
I just didn't. I just thought that's what we were doing, and I thought what I definitely shouldn't leak is that the reason you supposedly eat so much is because you don't want anyone to touch you again. I absolutely can't leak that, right? Or is that doxing too? Everything is doxing.
What is your point, really? So I will say this first. So Perry, obviously, nobody mentioned doxing. So
well, he did. He said, "Can I leak PII? Can I leak private details?"
No, he didn't say. He didn't say
PII. What I just leaked. How is that PII?
However, Aiden, what is your point?
Aiden has a history of doxing. I don't want him to like.
Everything is doxing.
I don't want him to like try and find an excuse to like leak PII. He's like threatening to leak. Obviously, I'm going to be reticent to allow him.
Just so we're clear, that's PII.
Like this is the same excuse he used with like Leo Convoy's wife. I don't want him to like say Perry. I'm not saying that, retard. I'm saying that you use these excuses to dox before. Whatever.
How is your dad touching you PII?
But what is it? Like, obviously, Aiden's done this before. It's like, it's not doxing, because it wasn't a YouTube video, so I don't want Aiden to find some bullshit excuse.
There's no doxing.
Is meaningless.
Well, yeah, not yet. But I'm saying that I don't know what he's going to say, so I don't want him to, like, Harry, can I dox? That's what he was doing. Yeah, and I'm explaining that before he said it.
Is the fat accumulating
Because
around the eardrum?
he was trying to say, can I dox? And I said no.
Nobody said that. Wait, who said that?
Okay, dude.
Are you okay?
Barry, you have to let him talk before you, like, you can't just be defensive. It's like, oh no, like, I don't know what he's going to say. I'm not going to let him say it.
No,
well, yeah, obviously. I'm on stream. It's my stream. I don't want him to, like, say anything. And then it's my stream.
It's a dox. You just tried to it's a dox to reveal that your dad molested you.
I didn't say anything like that.
So then what doxing happened?
I'm saying you said.
From the doxing, there was no doxing. Aiden, so what is exactly your point with the molested thing?
I just was revealing that, and then I wanted to, and then I also wanted to ask, why do you pretend like doxing is a hard line for you when you worked with this like trees guy after he doxed Morale?
I didn't do that, and you're just gonna make shit up again.
Okay, so can you? So what were the nature of your communications with him?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Can you post those then?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, so just sort of doxing is a hard line for you, but you were in communication with this guy right after he doxed Morale, and you can't remember what you were talking about.
You're making shit up right now. I don't know.
Okay, so just leak your communications.
You know the details. Just leak the communications.
Well, I'm asking you, and you're being totally non-transparent about it.
Non-transparent about a random guy.
You're claiming you don't remember. You don't even have an iota of an idea of what the communication was about.
Like, are you talking about Tree of Logic? I've never spoken with Tree of Logic. If that's what you mean.
The whatever one was involved in the Morale Kiwi Farms thread that you were talking to in regards to Rita.
Well, I wasn't talking with them. They messaged me, and then I said on stream that they're stupid.
And then that was the end of it.
I'm pretty sure. Well, then you spoke out about it in your ice chats.
Wait, no, I'm not asking what I did. I'm asking about the.
Well, you asked if it was the end of it,
I didn't even.
and I answered.
Don't think I talked about this until months after the fact, so I'm not a part of this.
Yeah, spoke out about it in your ice chats. Yes, correct.
Yeah, but I'm not a part of your communications with them.
You asked me what happened after, and I answered.
So you never had any direct communications with anyone that was involved in the doxing of Morale. You never had any direct communications with these individuals, right?
See, I have had communications with you, and you're a doxer, but after
Can you answer the question?
I am answering. You're not letting me answer.
So it's a yes or a no. So it's a yes or a no.
Well, then, can you give me a minute to get my point across?
Any direct communications?
Yeah, Aiden, let Barry answer.
He's not answering.
Well, let him.
Not even giving me a minute.
He's pivoting and he's doing what aboutism. He's not.
I can start a timer on stream if you're worried I'll go too long.
Let him talk for a minute. Okay.
Right. So it's possible I've spoken to people who are doxers, but usually I don't know that they're doxers, and when I do, I stop engaging with them.
Oh, okay. So you weren't. So you might have been in communication with them now. Okay. Cool.
I was.
So
I spoke with them for a day. They sent me stuff about Morale
directly,
and I said it was stupid on my stream. I've spoken with you, and you're a doxer, as you know.
Do you notice how in your Parry? Do you notice how the first time you told that story, you said they tried to DM you?
They did.
Responded by calling them stupid on stream. That would imply that there were no DMs on your end towards them, right?
There were. I said I wasn't. I didn't agree with.
So why was that completely omitted in your first rendition of the story?
Doesn't change. It wasn't.
Because you were trying to deceive
I told the story in
brief.
brief.
Because you're a fucking liar.
A liar. I just explained this.
Yeah. So why?
I spoke with this person.
First iteration.
I didn't know who they were.
Story. Parry, don't you think it's a relevant detail that you responded in DMs? Why did you word it as if you just responded on stream, so it was all fully transparent? Why did you leave that part out in your first rendition?
Was that they were dumb? Did you want me to say that as well? I guess it makes me look better.
In your first rendition,
I guess I do look better now. I appreciate the help, Aiden, with vindicating myself.
Well, if you could keep your fucking story straight, I wouldn't need to help you. But apparently you're retarded or a liar. I'm assuming the latter. So why is it that the fact that calling them dumb occurred in DMs versus on stream? Why is that detail changed in your retelling of the same story in the span of 5 minutes?
I told them they were dumb about something, then I said on stream. Yeah, Hellbent.
Yeah, if I could just kind of summarize this point, because I don't think anyone really cares about this. So, Aiden, obviously your position is that Barry has established that he has a hard line against interacting with doxers, but it seems that
nobody cares about this. This is blatant sweeping, and it's great. Nobody care. Anyone who needs to insert how much they don't care or thinks that their care is relevant during shit like this is sweeping so hard for whoever looks bad in the dialogue. It is so transparent.
It's actually not a hard line, and he potentially has a double standard, which, I mean, I would argue, yeah, he probably does. He doesn't like it.
No.
Well, no, it's a hard line. I'm looking at it on my stream right now.
I'm correcting Hellbent, right? Hold on. My position is, I don't think he cares about doxing, and I don't think that you think, and I don't think that anyone actually seriously for a minute thinks that PurpleParryGaming gives a fuck about doxing. Like, what are we doing here, bro? My evidence is the fact that it seems like previously you've been willing to engage in some sort of relations with people who were only
you're a doxer. I've engaged in relations with you, but I didn't know you were a doxer at the time. I agree.
So you have a hard so were you in communication with these people and didn't know that they had doxed Morale when you were in communication with them? Is that because that would be a good defense? That would be a good defense.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's what I said. Yes.
Okay. So you didn't know at the time when you were talking to these people in DMs that they were involved in doxing Morale.
Yep.
I believe this is a total lie, by the way. I believe this is a total lie, by the way. The fact that he was like not being forthcoming about the nature of his private communications with these people. I can't see of any like scenario where he conceivably even knew who they were, other than he knew about them from that thread, because he was talking to them in regards to finding. I want to specify this. I have no information or reason to believe Parry ever tried to dox anyone. Right? I'm not claiming that. I don't want this to get misconstrued. He was trying to find something about Rita. I don't know what that something was, but he was trying to find something because he was going to do a Rita snark stream. And these people on Morale's Kiwi Farms thread had expressed some sort of interest in Rita. So I can't conceivably see like what led to that. Their like paths converging in a scenario where he doesn't know about their involvement with the morale thread. Aiden, you pointed everyone to where people could find. Well, actually, you couldn't. And if I explain why, you just say that I was pointing people further. It's been out there for over a year. Everyone knows about it. I don't know like what to tell you. It seems like we're only not allowed to talk about doxing if like you're defending yourself from something, or I'm the one making the point, because you could technically argue that anytime we call someone out for doxing, we're actually telling people that someone was doxed and directing attention to it. Like, were you not allowed to talk about the shit with Lyle's wife because everyone was like trying to figure out where I got it from, and that could lead people to wherever I got it from? Obviously not. Obviously that's such like a fucking ridiculous standard.
Okay.
Aiden, I think I just want to highlight so that it's two different claims now, right? Like whether Parry has a hard line against
I'll check Donna's in a sec.
And then the claim Parry does not care about doxing at all. Like there's quite a substantial difference between those two positions. And I don't think we'll be able to prove that he doesn't care at all.
I feel like everyone knows what I'm saying. So what he said,
Yeah, you're moving goalposts. It's embarrassing.
No, there's no goalpost because I've never actually argued as my position. The point is, despite him claiming, when it is beneficial for him, that he has a hard line on doxing, right? My argument is that he doesn't actually have a hard line, and that would be...
Okay, so it is the hard line thing, so...
That he does not have one, despite claiming as such, or indicating as such.
Parry,
yeah.
Would you say you have a hard line against interacting with doxers, or...
Well, if I know that they're doxers, if I know that they are, and I think that they're going to engage in a behavior, then I wouldn't engage with them, no.
So what does hard line mean? How'd you know about these people? So how'd you know about these people?
Well, they DM'd me randomly on Discord.
And you didn't know who they were when they DM'd you?
No, I guess I didn't know you were so familiar with Morale's Kiwi Farms page. I guess it doesn't surprise me. We're on the convoys in that bar.
So you didn't...
I guess you frequented Morale's too.
Okay, so you didn't know at that point in time. Okay, so how'd they introduce themselves?
How many Kiwi Farm pages of your associates are you?
How'd they introduce them? Why are you like so reluctant and scared to answer questions on this? Is that like...
It's just astounding to me. You just come on my stream and you go, Parry, I have a
why does this
perfect memory of every single Morale KF post. It's like disgusting. And you're just going to tell everyone he has one too.
Okay, so you're not actually able to answer the question. Got it. Yeah, I think you're just being willfully dishonest. I don't know why you're unwilling to answer questions along this line and feel the need to pivot. I don't know if you like have a hard time understanding the question. I can rephrase it if that would be helpful to you.
Okay, gentlemen, I'll discuss confirmation.
I think we should, I got some new info on my stream.
Talk about this topic.
Could you respond to this statement on my stream here, in the screenshots? Could you explain this?
I said this, and if they're saying I meant it when I said it, then I meant it. Every time I speak in the context of these, like, shitter Discord chats, I mean everything I say.
I feel like this is a bit more interesting, a bit more relevant here. I'll send it to you. What's going on here?
That's me saying I'm leaking your address tonight.
It's been interesting. What's that about?
Yeah, I was just like, you know what?
This is a really good on. Totally not desperate. A really good on. This was a 100% serious statement. I actually followed this up by leaking his address.
Pro doxing, of course.
Yeah, it's just like interesting that you're trying to hand-wring about doxing and you send stuff like this to Soul.
No, I'm not. Wait, I'm not. Wait, do you think my position is that I'm arguing some like egregious like immorality in your association with these like morale people? No, the argument is I don't think that your standard is real, and that's what I'm using as evidence for that.
So you're pro doxing, and you want me to speak with you?
Yeah. So the reason I was asking you about that other thing was to kind of contest the idea that it was real. At which point that you then pivoted instead of answering the question.
Okay, I have a question for Parry. For Parry. So Parry, if your position is that you do have a quote-unquote hard line against doxing, so what does engaging and not engaging mean? Because, for example, if you say Aiden is a doxer, obviously you're talking to him right now.
No, I never said it was a hard line.
He's still on his server. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. That
I think Aiden said hard line. I could be wrong here.
And
I never said
position is that they do.
I don't want to engage with them. I want to minimize the ability for them to like spread this dox or like harassment info.
Okay.
That's why I don't want Aiden in my server. I don't want him really anywhere near me because he's like a freak, unrepentant freak, like a pro-doxing freak who is unrepentant. So I wouldn't engage with them. Yeah, like for example, I think Slug, for example, used to dox, but he says, "Oh, it was wrong with me," so I wouldn't have a hard line against him.
Can you move on from the fucking doxing thing? Jesus Christ.
I'm answering your question. What the hell?
No. I got the answer. It's not a hard line. It changes depending on the person. And so yeah, obviously, if anyone wants to say you don't hold a consistent standard, yeah, that's correct. I think we're in agreement. We can move on.
It depends what you mean by consistent standards. There is an overarching standard. Well, because if you're going to put words in my mouth, I want to clarify. I have a standard. It's if the person doesn't show contrition, obviously, I'm not going to want to engage with them. But if they do, then all right, fair enough. They realize what they did is wrong. That's the standard.
So after trees.
No, he's right. I'm actually going around and doing this all the time. He's actually so right. That's why there's a long-standing history of me doxing people, and that's why since London there is many occurrences that have happened. He's correct, actually, and this like arbitrary line that he just drew about why he wouldn't be okay with me but be okay with the other person, like completely stands, obviously.
Logic, the trees of logic ever like show remorse?
That's not their name. Tree of Logic is the black dominatrix.
Okay, whatever.
Their name is Trees.
You know which one I'm talking.
Well, you said Trees of Logic. You're slandering Tree of Logic.
Wait, then Parry. Wait, do you understand what you just did? Why'd you pretend like you didn't know which trees I was talking about at the beginning?
You're slandering. You're calling her a doxer. You're just calling her a doxer. I don't want you to like lie about people. You're a doxer. She's not a doxer.
You just admitted you lied because you faked confusion at first, acting like who's.
No, I'm saying you're slandering. I'm explaining to the audience that you're slandering Tree of Logic for being.
He hadn't figured out whether or not he wanted to lie about not knowing them at all, or so I didn't know. So I don't know who Tree of Logic is. I knew that the person he was talking to, the Kiwi Farms person, their name was like Trees something. I don't know. So when he said Trees of Logic, I thought that was just a correction, and that's what their full name actually was. That was an obfuscation attempt, bringing in some other trees that nobody's ever heard of, unless you're like obsessed with Destiny. So he could look like he had no clue who I was talking about. But here, he clearly does know the difference, despite the fact that this irrelevant party was only brought into this conversation because of him when he was purposefully attempting to obfuscate.
Now all of a sudden, no.
She could like kill you with a single finger. I wouldn't lie about her if I was you. If I was you, I wouldn't lie about her.
Now all of a sudden, why are you now able to tell which tree I'm talking about, but weren't before when I was actually?
But I answered your question, didn't I? Like, if you want to slander people as doxers, I'm going to clarify to my audience.
After you obfuscated and brought this other person's name up, despite very clearly
the one that you brought up, the one you called a doxer, right? The one like you're a doxer, and you're just lying to call other people doxers.
Communications with them. I'd like to make your communications with them. Since
you
know this person.
Still hasn't done that, by the way. If the DMs were how he characterized them, this would be an easy point to refute. All he has to do is just share his DMs with this person. It's an easy own on me. There's nothing there. They reached out, and he supposedly just responded by calling them stupid, which at first he said happened on stream. Then he said happened in their DMs together, despite trying to obfuscate and not make me think he ever directly DM'd this person. So if this was so easy to refute, that's all he has to do.
Now, since you can't play dumb and know that this person now who's involved in doxing for
I'm gonna try this again. I think we all basically agreed. Obviously, Perry, you weren't happy with my phrasing of not a consistent standard, but you know, by saying that it's not a hard line, so it kind of depends. So, for example, you know, showing contrition, which is not something that is a firm, firmly defined thing. I think it's okay to say like, yeah, you don't have a hard line against doxing, so it does change.
No, I think that's unfair.
You don't hold standards.
I have a standard. Okay, I guess hard line would be fair.
Yes.
But I do have standards, yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And I don't know, Aiden, are you happy with that?
No. Are you serious? Wait, are we being serious right now?
Okay, what do you not have to
make your actual point?
We just caught this guy. Wait, what? We literally just caught this guy, knowing that he knows who Tree of Logic is, and he knows that's not the tree I was.
You keep calling it Tree of Logic. Their name is Trees, and you're referring to Tree of Logic to slander her as a doxer.
Because that's the okay. When I was saying trees,
you looked up her dominatrix porn. That's awesome.
When I was saying trees.
All right, I'm actually back. I've been tuning it. I was technically in class in a Zoom class, so that's what I was doing. I'm streaming and in Zoom. Let's just start doing that now. Who cares? I decided I'd stay here a little longer. Just not talk in class because I don't learn anything in class. You should not have to show up for class, dude. Just like read the text, but class teaches you absolutely nothing, bro.
When I was saying trees, you're like Tree of Logic, and I thought that was
you should have clarified.
Name. Apparently, that's a different person. You were just trying to obfuscate. You got
right. Now you're admitting that you've seen their pornography. You're admitting. Did you pay for it? Did you pay for it?
Pay for what?
Tree of Logic's dominatrix pornography that you watched.
I thought Tree of Logic was the full name of the person involved in doxing because that's the name you said.
Yeah, I don't know who this other tree person is. The only reason I'm saying Tree of Logic is because that's who Parry brought up in his like deliberate obfuscation attempt, which all that does is makes him further look like the coward that we've already established that he is, but also indicates to me that in the context of his interactions with this person, he's hiding something. And my question now is what? What is he hiding?
You tried to lie.
No, I asked you, that's what you meant. I asked you that's what you meant, and you now are saying yes,
but
because
you
you're like
clearly
lying, she's a doxer.
you clearly knew I meant, because then when I incorrectly
That's why I
referred
asked
to
you
the
for
Tree
clarification.
of Logic, later in the stream, you said, no, you're talking.
He knew that this Tree of Logic person wasn't involved in the doxing of Morale, so he that was not like a point of confusion for him ever, legitimately. He's just lying now. He's just lying, deliberately. And then you're gonna have retards like dude, Freddie Woods is like coping in Discord chats, like, because I'd argued with him about this point previously, and I got a concession at the time, but now he's like, he got really mad that I compared Parry and all them to like Willie and Dioria or whatever. But then like he's like saying now that like he's mocking that position. I'm like, no, the standards that you guys regularly apply to Willie and Dioria, you're not applying them to Parry, and the cope is that Parry's just joking. And the thing is, he's not. Like, at what point is his, like, poor behavior not a joke? And he's, like, seriously and deliberately doing this? And the answer to that question is always. Always. Right? Whether or not it's a joke or a bit depends on how he ends up looking after the fact for him. Right? But he seriously did try to litigate certain points about Brandon Buckingham in an unironic manner that was intended for the audience to walk away believing it. And therefore, anywhere he was like deficient in exercising basic like coverage standards that we impose onto other people all the time, he would be equally criticizable for that. And if you fail to do that, you have a double standard and you sweep up after your own. And you're, in that case, are just as bitch made as fucking Diorio and Willie Mack, etc. All of you have something in common, and that thing that all of you, Diorio, Willie, and everyone who does this for their friends over here, that thing that you all have in common makes you a bitch.
When you slandered her, yes. When you slandered her, I corrected it, correct.
So you knew later in the dialogue that wasn't who we're talking about.
Nathan, I would like to point out that Parry was most likely fucking with you by saying, oh, trees.
He was fucking, yeah, so he purposefully tries to obfuscate, avoids answering the question and feigns confusion to something that he clearly had additional info about, and something that he, in other contexts, has also not been forthcoming about during this conversation. And oh, it's a bit. He did that for a bit. That was a joke. That's not a bit. That's not a bit. It's something he says with an ironic tone in a legitimate attempt to obfuscate that gives him plausible deniability, and fucking drooling retards like Hellbent are the ones who play into it and give him that.
So Schrodinger's retard.
Put the Adderall down, man. I'm trying to stop you from like slandering people's doxers.
Don't you literally take Ritalin? It's like so fun. Every accusation.
I don't.
Every accusation.
And so you do take Adderall, and you are drunk right now. Are you drunk right now? I should know. Are you drunk right now?
So you make up some story about a step. Even though
drunkenly doxing. Drunkenly.
Where do I sound drunk here? If I was like tired, I could understand you thinking I'm drunk or that narrative. What's the drunk point? Do I sound drunk in this? Obviously not. That just came from that comes from like literally nowhere.
Your logic's a doxer. Very bad luck.
And then you keep saying
made it up. I made it up, but yours is real.
You literally admitted on stream that you take Ritalin. And you
like literally, you told me the story about how you're upset that your mom is getting abused by your stepdad in Malta, and you're just pretending it's made up.
Stepdad, so I find that
it's a legal stepdad, but he's like your mom's boyfriend.
Illegal? Right. Oh, so is he an illegal stepdad, Jose?
Right.
Dude,
obfuscated. So he is your mom's boyfriend, and he does beat her, and you are afraid to engage with her. And even though you're the oldest brother, your younger brother and sister are look up to you, but you don't do anything about it because you're a bitch, right? You're okay with your mom getting abused physically, emotionally, who knows?
Navakva with the 5. Oh my god, Parry did the Tommy CP thing of having his callers be on low volume. So yeah, exactly. So they're like actual pussies that are such cowards that they're okay. They're only not okay with these tactics when it's being done by Tommy C and Diorio. And then when it comes to their own, like spineless little bitches, or just like pretend like we should be accepting of this. Yes, he has ran from several debates with me. It's really not that far for him to like actually turn me down in a debate where he insisted there be a moderator, and I allowed him to have a moderator, and I let it be a moderator of his choosing.
Because No, emotionally, physically abused, you didn't clarify. You didn't clarify. Probably because you're afraid of thinking about it. Because you know that you're a coward. Yeah, you didn't tell. I never said I did that. I just know that your boyfriend is abusing your mommy. I guess you know. Do you even know? Do you even know? Do you even know? Do you even know? Are you afraid of your mom's boyfriend so much that you won't even look at the room?
He's like tripping over him because you could tell he's starting to get mad that it's not working. So he's like tripping over himself. And like the snark narrative, he slips up and says it's my boyfriend. Then he slips up and he says it's a sister that I don't have because he doesn't know what he's doing.
When they're screaming at each other.
Schrodinger's boyfriend. Schrodinger's boyfriend.
You don't even know what he looks like. You couldn't even tell the police what he looks like because you're so afraid of looking him in the eyes.
Dude, listen, your dad molested you.
Moves on. Doesn't answer the question. So your mom is getting abused by her boyfriend, and you don't do anything about it.
So you can recognize.
So you admit you're pivoting away from your mommy getting beaten up.
Well, no, because it's just like an endless dialogue.
It's like because if you're the older brother, it's an endless dialogue. Because you'll never do anything about it. You'll drink your worries away. You'll take Addy, take wine, forget the regret you feel from
emotional abuse. So what am I supposed to respond?
Not stepping in.
This is honestly such a valuable human being that we're listening to. Is he successful? No, he doesn't know how to manage his money. He made the first grand that he's ever seen in his life and immediately blew it all in London. Because he knows that he doesn't have to work because a relative, I think it's his aunt, is allowing him to stay with her, where he gets into arguments every day with his cousin, who's a minor, who he complains about, even though the cousin is supposed to be there because he's a minor and it's his house and that's his mom. And the mom is courteous enough to let Parry stay at the house without paying rent, where he freeloads and gets fatter and fatter, like a fucking single deadbeat who obviously would never be able to pull because he's 25 already with no career prospects going for him. So instead, he's online all day, where he he goes in the attack while simultaneously crying like a bitch and calling timeout when the attack is turned back on him. Plays into, you know, I'm such an unhinged like maniac. Look at all the crazy shit I say, where he's like joking about sicking pedophiles on people's actual children, but then reveals he's not as unhinged as he'd like you to think he is, because when it comes to him, the self-sweeping, the self-pity, and the insecurity is so evident. So the point is, this is somebody that doesn't really offer a lot of value as a human being. And I think that he needs to make some changes to his life, because I, quite frankly, at the moment, don't think he has a life worth living.
Response to why you're a coward, then don't step in. You're the older brother. You should step in and do something about it. The abuse that your mom's going through, that you told me about. So the abuse that your mom's going through. Step in.
Wait, which abuse? You don't. You just said you can't figure out if it's
so you admit there is abuse. You admit there's abuse.
No,
you just don't know what kind. I don't know what kind.
What abuse?
So you don't even want to tell people because you're too afraid to engage with it. Because then people can hold you accountable.
No, I'm literally asking you if somebody's being abused, I think we should do something about those.
Yeah, but you won't, even though you're the older brother. Even though you're the older brother, you won't do anything about it.
Wait, now my brother's being abused? Wait, my brother's being abused?
Your younger brother and sister look up to you, but you won't do anything about it when your mom's getting abused.
Wait, what are we
doing
here?
Or whatever. Point being, you won't do anything about it. You won't do anything about it. All right, beats me if you do it.
What the fuck?
Sure, you don't have a sister, Aiden. That was
so first he says first he brings up the sister. I say I don't have a sister. He's like, no, you're right on that. You don't have a sister. Then he insists that I do have a sister. After I say I don't, meaning he's sure of that, and then he says it beats him whether or not I have one. So what? So do I have one or not?
Mistake on my end. You totally don't have a sister. What matters is that your mommy. You'll never have a sister because your mom's going to be so beaten by her boyfriend, and you're not doing anything about it that you'll never be able to give birth again.
So the story is that my sister and my mom's illegal stepdad are abusing her, and I'm not stepping in or something.
Sure. Yeah, you're a coward.
Listen. I didn't know that I had a sister out there.
No, I know you're right. You don't have a sister. I don't know why I said that.
Listen, sis, leave mom alone, okay? We got.
It's like true. It's true. If I have a sister out there and an illegal stepfather named Jose, and you were truly beating my mother, and my mother's been hiding this fact from me, please leave her alone. That's not cool. Thank you for the 2, Patrick. Aiden, can I go on a date with your sister? So can you bring like a jar of air onto a date? Sure, go ahead, man.
Make jokes about your sister, but you won't even stop your mom's boyfriend.
In regards to my illegal stepdad, Jose, listen, nobody is illegal on stolen land, sir.
Yeah, it was while I was driving. Yes, it was while I was driving. Dude, Jay Stuck's like, no, you told me you record calls with everyone. And when you were driving, I can't even drive, dude. This is what I tell you, like, when people are like lying and shit, it's just like, you want them to do more talking, because the more talking they do, the more like you can catch them on like the contradictions and the little details that they get completely wrong because it's a lie, right? And it's just like, that's literally the strike. If someone's ever lying about you, let them do it. Let them talk. The more they talk in the course of that lie, the better it is for you.
Nobody's legal on stolen land.
Laugh it off while your mom cries it off.
Well, yeah, so true. Listen, Jose, just lay back on it.
Just like she's like waiting for someone to tell her that she's like not the crazy one, and because you're such a bitch, even though you're the only one doing anything about it.
I'd go crazy too if my kids are having like sisters and shit I didn't know about. I'd be crazy too. The fuck's going on, Ma?
Because like it is your responsibility as the oldest sibling. You at least acknowledge that, right? If there is abuse happening.
I didn't even know that these.
They said my mom. I never said my mom was crazy. Is that wait? Did he just like reveal something? See, he like reveals little tidbits about himself with the narratives and lines he goes down. I know his mom's crazy. We haven't gotten to why yet. I'm still contemplating if we want to go into that one. I can. It's a long day, right? We could. We absolutely could. But you know, it's just like every accusation is a confession.
Am I supposed to do anything? How is that? Did you hear that, guys? He said, "How am I supposed to do anything?" He got overpowered. He got overpowered the boyfriend. He just did that.
I didn't even know they were real.
Oldest brother won't do anything about his mom getting abused by her boyfriend.
Beat by my sister that I didn't know existed.
And now he's just disengaging.
Well, no.
If only you could press. Is there a stepboard button for like saving your mom's life? Do you have that one?
No, I don't have an Ether anymore, so I have like just the default one.
Yeah, no, me neither.
You know, I just listen. I didn't realize my mom was going through this. And I hope that I hope the best. And
do something about it. No, do something about it. You can step in. You're the older brother. You can step in. You can stop him from duty. You can tell her about it. You can like try to get involved.
Sister, I didn't know that I had.
All I'll say to you is, why do you think Parry's freeloading off of an aunt and not mommy?
But now you're just like, you're like leaning out of it. You can't even engage with your actual family life. How would anyone take you seriously in any job?
Why do you think Parry's freeloading off of his aunt and not mommy?
No,
when you're too much of a bitch to even engage in your family drama.
I'm engaging. I think it's great that you didn't deny that your dad molested you. So I'm not going to deny this, even though I've never heard of this before, because I think that because I'm considering the possibility that my illegal immigrant stepdad, mom's boyfriend, is beating her with my sister, and I think that this is like a serious concern.
I just feel like, why would anyone listen to what you have to say about drama? When it comes to family drama, you just sit in the corner and let your mom suffer.
So true.
There's stuff that I know about him that he's confirmed to me. Like the fact that he doesn't get along with his cousin as he freeloads off his aunt. That's something he said verbatim. The stuff about the nature of what his dad did to him, that was an inference I made that supposedly is correct. I do know that his dad's not in the picture because his dad was beating the family. That's all. That was the extent of what he confirmed to me directly. The other part was more of an inference based on what I saw about his emotions when he talked about his dad. Is that funny? No, absolutely not. I think it's very sad that this guy became what he is and is taking some of the anger out on his child self onto me. Because every time I hear him talk to me, I feel like there's a part of him talking to himself. And that's like, it's just like a really sad thought. You know, he doesn't feel like he did enough. He doesn't feel like he stood up enough. But I guess the apple doesn't really fall so far from the tree because the inference is that he was such a, how do I say this? I think he was hitting his mom. I think he was hitting his mom and got kicked out of the house. That is an inference part. But something was going on with mom that led to him getting kicked out of the house. And instead of like doing what a 25-year-old should and get a real job and like buy his own fucking place, he's living with his aunt who was like nice enough to take him in. And he still is like, he's like, my cousin. And it's like, your cousin is a kid. He's supposed to be there. You're not, you like fat fucking parasite. Go like get a job and your own place.
Police over this?
Aiden, Kathy's telling you to check DMs.
Kathy's telling me to check DMs. What's up?
And like the thing is, there's nothing wrong with taking help. I've taken help, right? I've taken help under the expectation that I was doing exactly what the other party wanted me to do if it's offered, right? But if it's like a situation of desperation or necessity, and you're like, I would be making an effort to not be there. And it's like, has he shown any indication that he actually like plans on making, like if you're freeloading off your aunt, that's one thing, but show some like drive to want to get out of that situation, you know what I mean, and not inconvenience her and her family. And instead, when he actually does make money, does that go back to reimbursing his aunt? No, it doesn't. He spends that money so he could go to London and beg people to come meet up with him for 2 weeks, half of which don't even respond to him as he's drunkenly getting kicked out of bars. Yes, he's 25. He's 25. He's 25 years old. We wouldn't have even gone to high school together. He would have been graduated when I was a freshman in high school. That's like that is what is so pathetic about this.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
So,
wait, Parry, oh yeah, this is a good question. We never got an answer. Are you accusing me of lying about my statement that you live with a relative and don't pay rent?
No, I'm accusing you of
No, he's not accused. He throws it in. No, he's not, because he couldn't accuse me of lying there, because it's true.
Lie about that.
By her boyfriend.
Let him answer. Let him answer fully.
I'm accusing you
Did I
of
lie about that?
not engaging when your mom gets abused by her boyfriend, and then lying about that on stream and taking a joke out of it.
Well, a little bit of both. I've paid for his food at a restaurant. He ate an entire loaf of bread and got into a weirdo, because sometimes they'll clear out the bread when you get your main. If you want more bread, they'll bring you more bread. And he was like defensively holding on to the bread because he didn't want the waitress to take it. And he said that he was doing it for me, even though he knows I wasn't going to eat a whole, he was not doing that for me. And then even though he was supposedly doing it for me, he ate the entire loaf of bread by himself, in addition to his entree and my entree, which I couldn't finish. And then when I took him to go see the grave of Karl Marx in Highgate, we got, the only argument we had while we were together was he wanted to go sit down somewhere and eat. I thought he just wanted to get a coffee. I said, if you want, we could pick something up while we go on the... He wanted to actually sit down and properly eat at 3 p.m. when, dinner would not be that far out. And I just didn't understand that. And we got into some, and I said, if you want to go back to my hotel, I've got, coffee and stuff. If that's what you really want to do. And he was like, no, he wanted to sit down somewhere and actually have a full fucking meal at 3 p.m. because he's so rotund.
The same thing to show you how not mad he is. That's why his camera off, because he's sobbing like a little girl. But basically, yeah, he's residing with a relative at 25 and doesn't pay rent and eats all.
He turns it on for a sec.
He's sobbing like a little girl. But basically, yeah, he's residing with a relative.
Look, I'm not crying, guys. Just turns it on for 2 seconds.
At 25 and doesn't pay rent and eats all the food in their house. Are you gonna deny that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He supposedly didn't wait until after dinner to express any sort of moral issue with me, because he wanted to eat, and he knew, I know that he's so broke that if I'm eating with somebody that I know is completely broke, I'll cover it, right? I'll cover it. Now that's not an invitation to go out to fucking eat with me because you're broke. Okay, obviously if I think I'm being taken for a ride here, I'm not gonna go out to eat with you, but we go out, and apparently earlier that night, he had some big issue, a big revelation in his head and some big issue with me that led to the later streams, and he'd already made his mind up. He never voices it to me at any point. And then later that night, when we're all eating out or whatever, he supposedly stayed that entire time while supposedly having an issue with me just so he could get food. Then as soon as he ate, he just left.
We're gonna deny that.
Are you going to deny your mom getting abused?
Cool.
You're not going to deny it.
He's not going to deny it. We're moving on. Just moving on.
Amazing.
Okay, for everyone just joining us at this juncture, just to recap, right? So what we're doing now is we are leaking personal information that we would...
Wait, this is a really good question. If you're 25, listen, if I was completely homeless, I didn't have a stable job yet, if a relative reached out to me to let me crash at their place and not pay rent, of course I'm taking that. Obviously. No shit. I can't blame the guy for wanting to stay with his aunt. But he's been there progressively now for quite some time. And there's no indication that he plans to actually do anything different. His plan is to keep freeloading, probably well into 30. And it's as a man, don't you feel kind of pathetic about that? Don't you feel kind of pathetic about that? There is some kind of shameful. There's a shameful feeling involved with handouts. Listen, my family has tried to compensate for some things in my life and try to basically give me handouts a lot. And I took them when I was younger. As I've gotten older, right, I don't like to take because I feel bad about it. I feel there's something nice about doing it yourself and having your own, witnessing the fruits of what you did, what you earned, that someone's not helping, my microphone and shit. That's a good example. I remember getting all these things and feeling so proud of myself. And it's if you're there's no there's nothing in you that wants to change and be completely self-reliant?
The other person, just as a gotcha? Is that what we're doing?
No.
No, we're trying
That's
to
what
get
I'm
to the
doing.
bottom of
Aiden's spreading
my
out. That's what I'm doing,
sister
though.
abusing my mom.
So, Parry, you leaked the personal stuff about Aiden and his mom and whatever. I wasn't really listening because I don't care. And obviously Aiden came in to leak stuff about you and your family in retaliation.
No,
Do you feel
not
like that's
retaliation.
justified, or-
He was making stuff up about me before, so that's not true.
What was he making
Is he ever gonna say what was made up?
What
The same stuff he just made up.
Now it's real. His dad did actually molest him, and he actually isn't paying. But the other stuff was made up.
Aiden
Okay,
gets to just like make shit up about me, but as soon as I bring up his like family life, I guess that's too
Parry,
far somehow.
what did Aiden make up?
His dad did beat the family. The molestation part was the part that was more of an inference that I sort of reiterated for the sake of snark. But after this stream, I left it pretty convinced that I actually got that one right. Once again, not to say that there's anything wrong. If you were molested, of course, there's just some sort of irony when it comes to this guy in particular. There's just you sit there for a second, like, oh, like it makes sense, and it's also incredibly ironic.
Same stuff he just said.
Can you repeat it, please?
Which parts were made up? Tell us. Which parts were made up, buddy?
I'd rather not go
That's
over
right.
to the
No,
point
tell
you
us.
go.
Which parts were made up? You fat fucking pussy. Yeah, so is that it? Or he's not going to deny it, and we're just going to go in circles. He's going to try and, he fucked up the bit, so he's going to try and, like, recover it, and I'm going to talk to my legal immigrant sister. So, is that everything, or do you have anything else you want to say?
You want to call in? You should tell us.
Listen, dude, if you just eat a little more, listen,
All right,
nobody's ever
seeding,
going to touch
Fadjo
you
posting,
again like your dad
seeding.
did. Nobody will ever touch you again like your dad did.
Right.
Yeah, that's also another inference as to why he eats. He wants to make himself untouchable to other human beings so that it doesn't happen again. Which is also really sad and probably why he's not with anybody.
Something to say, huh?
That's what I just said. I'm telling you, there's no need to fear.
Right.
You don't need to live in fear. We're worried about your physical health.
Well, Parry, you're gonna have to concede that if you're unwilling to say what the lie was, you can't really accuse Aiden of lying about you.
I can. I don't have to say wow, he's lying. I mean, you don't have to believe him.
He won't say what the lie is. Has he taken chat off screen? Or was that on my end?
Me?
Wait, I swear that live chat was on earlier.
Alright.
Wait, why is chat disabled? Why did he take chat? I thought that chat was on. Wait, are you serious? Or what time? Or did he unlist it? He unlisted it. Is that it?
Actual family life. How did anyone take this?
Oh, he never had chat. Okay, that was from earlier. Wait, why is chat off screen now? Or why can't I pull up chat?
What's the question? We'll hear it and come back.
It's just something that
Why can't I pull up chat?
I know.
What's the question?
That's good.
Are there any?
I don't have to say wow, he's lying. I mean, you don't have to believe me.
Alright.
Alright, sounds good.
Are there any other points of contention while I've got you to here?
Nope.
Nope.
Well, actually, Aiden,
He did leave.
I
He just
actually had
leave.
I know.
What was the question? We'll hear it and come back.
It's just something that I've been wondering for a while.
His
'Cause,
chat.
you know how
Am I crazy? Did we not have his chat up earlier?
situation with Rita and
Wait, this is at timestamp 157.
what you do here?
Where is chat? It just vanished. What is going on?
No.
Nope.
Well, actually, Aiden,
He did leave.
I
He
actually
just
had
leave.
He probably cut something out.
I know.
What was the question?
I had
We'll hear it and come back.
It's just something that have been bothering me for a while, because you know how like that situation with Rita and the Oreo Radio and stuff.
Yeah.
So Aiden said in IC that Diorio knew that Aiden was friends with the creator of the website.
That's not what. When did I say that? When did I say that? I don't think he did know. He did. No, I don't think.
I just wanted to know, how would Diorio know that?
When did I ever say that? I love how this, like, what happened was, Diorio told me he was, like, planning on taking some sort of action against the site or something. I was friends with the person, so I ran to Rita. or whatever. And but he didn't know. No, I never said that. Oh, so she's trying to play in now to the narrative that I was coordinating with Dioria. The time where I leaked something Dioria told me in confidence that makes him look unilaterally bad. Somehow, that was me working with the guy. I just love how much the twisting happens here to try to make it look like I was being favorable to Diorio there in any other fucking capacity. This is like actually like just a lie. You're just lying at this point. You're literally just lying.
Well, Aiden basically, I mean, I'm not sure if you've seen all the DM stuff, but basically Aiden did admit to, quote unquote, accidentally telling Diorio it was Rita, and then
when did I ever admit to that? When I never told him that. I never accidentally told him that. He told me this in one of the few calls that we had since the Malta incident. He said this to me when he was going on one of his fucking like no, because I had called him over the Tom allegate because I wanted to see why he thought the girl was trying to dox his like alleged girlfriend, right? And in that call, he goes into this like vent about, he calls everyone my friends. He says, your friends are doing this, but I don't think he said also like in their servers, like someone is like operating, like they're like, it's not a verbatim quote because I can't remember what he said word for word, but that somebody like was running a website, taking all of his paywalled content on his server and putting it on this website. And that like they're not allowed to do that because it's behind a paywall or something. And to me, I got some sort of indication that he was planning on taking action, whether that be what I assume to be a DMCA. So I go and I reached out to Rita without ever telling Diorio that I was friends with Rita or that Rita is my mod, etc. Because that's my friend, and I'm gonna tell them if someone else is planning on doing something against them. So I go to Rita, and then Rita's like, "Should I take the site down?" I say no. He's gonna know that I told you at that point. So if I was in communication, why would I be telling Rita not to take the site down out of fear that he would find out? If that were true. I've leaked the DMs with Rita about this matter. I've leaked all my communications with Dioria since Malta. I have, like, what else? At this point, it's just willful lying. At this point, it's willful. J-Stock tried to perpetuate this lie, got completely fucking dog-walked on it, bitch-slapped, and then tried to actually make an argument that my embarrassing public drama with my mentally ill ex-girlfriend who wants her shit back is outside the scope of content. We can do this 800 times over, and I'm still gonna win. So I don't know why everyone thinks this is like a go-to strat.
Oh, I felt so bad. I told Rita right away. Basically trying to strong-arm Rita into deleting the websites.
Yeah, a lot.
Let's
what, Dan? She's like, she's trying to, what this fucking Weasley little bitch is attempting to do is she wants to give Parry an out, a whataboutism where he could make it about me. So she lies and says I admitted to something that I did not admit to, just to give him an out. And then when Parry takes that piece of information and then tries to go further with it, she knows that can't be proven yet. So she's like, let's maybe not do that. Dude, she's such a duplicitous little fucking cowardly bitch. Oh my god.
Well, Aiden can come back in and clarify, but it is what happened. It's pretty clear.
Clear, yeah. I'm waiting for anything that shows
do you need to add him back, or can you just...
No, he can just join back.
And you know what's going through my head at this point? Because the narrative that I was sympathetic to or coordinating with Diorio would have been, I was like, yeah, let's see like how sympathetic they think I am to Diorio when they find out that I was like tipping people off about private convos with him, where I thought he was planning on taking action against them. Let's see like how much I'm working with Diorio, and it gets leaked, and I'm like, or I leaked it, and I was like, oh, this is like obviously going to be something where it's like now they're going to understand what the nature of my relations with this guy are. But no, they actually just start inventing facts to twist it in a way that makes it look like I was benefiting Diorio somehow, because they're that fucking dishonest. Rita has literally come out and said, at no point did I ever attempt to strong arm him into taking down the fucking website.
All right.
Never go to Rita. Rita never leaked anything.
How's it going?
I'm alright.
Is the USB port working on your laptop?
He has my permission to leak anything he wants about my communications with him but I've already leaked all of it. But like, he can leak anything he wants about my communications regarding this website.
Didn't test it. I didn't test it at all.
So more info. What are you talking about, Vincent? There's no in. There's no in with any of these people. There's no in. There's no in to fight. I'm not with them.
All right, I'm gonna go walk my dog then.
Okay, bye. Wow. No, that's a debate right there. That certainly is a debate. Tug's caller. Well, that just happened. The way Aiden handled the stepdad allegations was deeply disturbing to me. Like Hillary Rodham Clinton, as a defense attorney, attacking a molestation victim.
This Schizo in Parry's chat was like unironically like saying later that like I had no soul or whatever. Like there, it's like go on the attack and then like play victim, baby the 25-year-old man. Oh, too far, man. Let's baby this like 25-year-old dude. That's what his aunt's saying, and she fucking lets him freeload.
It is fucked up. I mean. But it's difficult, right? Obviously, when you're like in a family dynamic where, I guess in this case, Aiden's mom's getting beaten or abused in some way, it never specified. I assume it's physical.
I thought he said it was beaten. Now I didn't specify. So what is it? What is it that? What is
emotional? And Aiden being the oldest sibling, you know, he should be the one to step up and do something about it. But
so that was his apparently I never even said beaten. Okay. So that's his interpretation. Why is that? It's like a Rorschach, it's like a Rorschach test. Like, what do you see in this image? Whatever I told him, or he thinks I told him, that supposedly it was never that my mom was being beaten by anybody. So why is that what he took from it? He never really elaborates on that. I think it's because his own life experiences lead to that being the default interpretation about people's like inner family dynamics. Because the first stage in a socialization, the family, what was socialized for him? Daddy beats mommy, daddy beats you, daddy does maybe more than just beating to you, and nobody is stepping in and doing anything about that. So when there's room for interpretation and he needs to interpret, the frame of reference, the norm, the normal family that's been shaped for him, that's what he's applying here.
But I assume there is a bit of guilt there from Aiden, where he doesn't want to think about it. He's like, oh.
And then as he goes into my thought process, I want you to understand what he's doing here. It's a confession due to the underlying guilt about his own thought process, due to what occurred in his own like inner family dynamics.
The more I think about it, the more guilty I feel. It's awkward, right?
And Parry, there is no reason you should feel guilt over what your dad was doing. Just so we're clear. Like, you were a kid. Nobody actually expects you to have been able to step in and stop your dad from beating your mom.
Because I understand it's a difficult situation. I understand it's a difficult situation for him. But, someone has to...
It's like, what is it? I don't know why this is, but there's like some psychological barrier when people are talking about themselves versus someone. This is a good example. Someone wanted to interview Ted Bundy about his crimes after he had finally confessed after 10 years. And he couldn't. He could tell you he did it, but he couldn't tell you the specifics of what he did. So what they did was they asked him to talk about someone else, that other side of him. They asked him to make it a third person and talk about this other guy. And he was able to talk about it, the horrific things this other guy was doing. It's a strategy. So sometimes when people are bearing like some sort of secrets in their mind and need to talk about it, talking about it like it's another person is very helpful and allows them to do so in an easier manner. So when he's externalizing the things that he admit happened to him onto me, maybe that's like what he's doing is his like sort of pressure release. You know what I mean? Besides like all the physical pressure.
Wake him up.
On being exerted on his skin because he's really fat.
To the real world. Let me in VC. You know, can I tell you? If you just tell me what you want to talk about, and I will probably let you in. But I'm not just going to pick the phone up without any clarification. Well, I know you're saying, oh, well, Parry, but Aiden's like really scrawny, so obviously he's afraid of his mom's boyfriend. But Aiden stabbed.
So he's really fat. And that's what, so, okay, so what, everything he says about me, you need to interpret how is this about him. So he feels as though there was some responsibility on him to stop his dad from beating the family, but he understands that he's like really out of shape because he's so fucking fat that like he couldn't step in and do anything about it and like actually like, besides being like a cushion against the blows, and actually like serve to remedy the situation in any capacity by utilizing physical force. Got it. Write this down. We're playing Sigmund Freud today.
Someone once, so surely Aiden has it in him. So obviously he's afraid of his mom's boyfriend. But Aiden stabbed someone once, so surely Aiden...
Apparently I'm stabbing people, too.
...has it in him to take physical violence out on others, just not the person abusing his mom. So I don't think that's really fair as a defense, Belly. Like, if Aiden was like a, you know, a wallflower and everything, but Aiden's like, you know, he's been violent before. So the idea that, like... there's nothing Aiden could do. No, he has. But it's just, Aiden takes his anger out on strangers instead of the people... that he...
Once again, dude, it's so bad. Oh my god. I know there's like jokes and stuff, but the whole thing about he's talking about himself, he's beat 2 women. He's beat 2 women unironically. Like, all memes aside, he has literally like assaulted 2 women. I'm not kidding. So when he says he takes it out on strangers and stuff because he doesn't want to do it to the person that's actually done it, my non-existent stepdad or whatever, he's talking about himself. And this is like actually so sad because this is how he thinks about himself.
Harming his mother. So Aiden told me about you in private. Wait, sorry, what? I don't even know what you're saying, Catty. Sure, you can call in. You can call in whatever. Okay, what do you want? What's the issue, Catty?
Okay, so 2 things.
How do you beat 2 women how do you beat 2 women ironically? You don't. His friend told me the story of one of the women. Sorry, of one of the women. And it was the most pathetic thing ever. He was mad at his friend, but because this guy hates fair fights, he decided like he would be a little bitch and take it out on a woman. Which is obviously, like, as a man, one of the most pathetic things you can ever fucking do. And you should not be deserving of the title man if you're a fucking woman-beating piece of shit.
Number 1, when Aiden said your dad molested you, he didn't say, "Oh, that's a lie." He said that was gay to say.
Yeah, well, that is true. I didn't deny it. I can deny it now, but will I deny it now? I don't know. I don't feel like it.
So you're literally Destiny. You were molested as a child. Okay. So that's number 1. Number 2. Aiden told me in private.
He totally owned me there. The time he said he wasn't willing to deny that his father had molested him as a child, he really got me on that one. I actually, talk about getting stabbed. It's like a knife in my chest. It's like a knife in my chest.
That you live with your parents.
It's not his parents, it's his aunt. Let's get that clear. I at first was changing some details because I wasn't sure if I wanted to go all the way. I'm okay with going all the way. It was his aunt. He lives with his aunt. He's freeloading off of his aunt, who instead of paying any form of rent to, even when he makes $1,000 from making himself a public embarrassment online, and just being like provocative and shit, instead he blows it all in London. Hell, if you're like a selfish, like egocentric psychopath, use that money on yourself. Save it. Invest it in something. Grow the money. But he's not even fucking smart enough to do that.
Not parents, with your relatives, and don't pay rent. And then I asked you
on stream, yeah.
And then I asked you in private if that's real, and you denied it. But today, when Aiden confronted you with that, you couldn't even deny it.
That's what I did tonight. Were you even listening to the stream?
No.
You're just lying now. You watch the stream back. Listen to what I said.
What's the lie? And you
refused to say. You're not even. No. That's what you can look at the transcript. That's all what happened. Yeah, and you're just coming on my stream and lying to me, Catty. That's not true.
No, that's not true. And then Aiden said, "Where's the lie?"
Yeah, I'm not going to go in depth about Aiden speculating on my personal life. It's gay. No, I'm not going to do that.
Wait, why would he have to go in depth other than say it's not true? Why would he have to go in depth? Why would he ever have to go in depth? Aiden's speculating over my personal life. Keep in mind, all of this started because he thought, or he tried to leak what he thought was an actual leak, that my stepdad is beating my mother and I'm just watching or something, right? So that's how this started. Now, I just take the same thing he did and do it back. I actually don't do that. I don't do that because what I said was true. Because the point is he leaked something that he thought was real about me. So I leaked something that I thought and know is real about him. In turn, now it's gay. I shouldn't speculate on my personal life.
What's the lie? And you
No. You're not even, no. That's what, you can look at the transcript.
You knew he broke some girl's nose and the lolly. I didn't know about the lolly. No, I didn't know he was into lolly, but also that's not the deciding factor here. The deciding factor would be, I, like so many others, believe that this was all a character, and I didn't know which parts were real and which parts were the character, and I did the cope for him, where I attribute everything to, like, 5D chess, and it's all a bit, and there's, like, layers of irony behind everything, except there's not, which his friend did confirm to me, when his IRL friend, who's a very good person, who I don't know how he's friends with Parry, had told me in detail about some of his childhood and the beating incident where Parry takes it out on a woman. He's mad at his friend, so he takes it out on a woman because he only likes going after low-hanging fruit or easy prey. And then this is the most satisfying story ever. A bunch of Slavic guys see this woman with a bleeding nose crying in public, and they go and they said, "Who did this?" to his friend, at which point his friend points out the direction he went and said he's getting on the bus, at which point the Slavic guys get onto the bus, find him, I guess his friend had given them a description or something, I don't know, and proceed to beat the ever-living fuck out of him, like multiple guys beating the shit out of him, and then holding him down until the police show up, at which point Parry is taken by the police and put into a cell.
That's all what happened. Yeah, and you're just coming on my stream and lying to me, Catty? That's not true.
No, that's not true. And then Aiden said, "Where's the lie?"
Yeah, I'm not gonna go in depth about Aiden speculating on my personal life. It's gay. No, I'm not.
It's gay. It's gay. Don't talk. I'm not gonna talk about my personal life. If you're like a cool, unhinged troll, it gets done back to you and you don't care. It doesn't faze you. It's that he tries to play this persona, and when it happens to him, you know it's phasing him now. You know that the person he tries to be is a defense mechanism for an insecure, molested individual that's cowering behind all that bravado and look how offensive I am. Cowering behind all of that is a sad little child, and that child came out today, and we intend to get more of that in the future.
I'm gonna do that.
Oh, what? So you can't speculate about his personal life, but
yeah. Exactly. Well, Aiden engaged. If Aiden said, "I'm not going to talk about this," and left, he could have done that.
Because I'm not a pussy, unlike you.
You did the coin flip.
Yeah.
And Aiden didn't do anything to you at that point.
No, he did. He keeps like making shit up about me and being gay. And
I was not I've not been talking about him on streams. The only reason I'm related to this is because I came into chat asking him to leak more about Soul. I didn't even say anything about him. So this is a lie. He's coming up once again. He needs to act like there was some, what is it? Casus Belli, whatever. What's the justification for going to war or whatever? He's trying to pretend like there was a Gulf of Tonkin here. There was not. Okay, you literally just came at me, which is like, okay, fair enough. We can do that.
To like, I don't know, dox everyone. It's like he's a loser. Fuck him.
So when you flip the coin, what did Aiden do?
Who am I doxing right now?
He was in my chat, so he reminded me that I could flip.
Yeah, he's doing this where he keeps talking about me doxing him. It is not a dox to say that your dad touched you. That is not a fucking dox. Is that really the cope we're like gonna roll with? That what I just said was a dox? What? In what world is that a dox? And if that's true under his logic, then didn't he dox me?
Oh, I mean, he didn't say anything. It's just I saw him in chat.
Saying, Barry W, I will forgive Barry and rebuild the bridge.
Yeah, if I leak some.
Saying that he lives with his... Okay, so saying that... Which I don't have a stepdad, by the way, but saying that my mom lives with a stepdad and a sister and a younger brother. That wouldn't be doxing, right? That wouldn't be doxing. But dare I say that he resides with his aunt. Now that's doxing. Now that is doxing.
And then I did, so...
It's like actually so bitch made, it's unreal.
He did, it's like, okay.
So, you know, Aiden wanted me to do it, really.
Okay, but when Aiden make claims, you either barely deny it...
Well, because I'm not going to sit here and hash out my personal life. It's retarded.
You expect him to sit there and...
I don't expect him to do anything. He did do it. I didn't expect him to do it. I thought he'd leave.
Okay, so you wanted him to leave.
He thought I would leave. I don't leave. I don't run from conversations. I'm like this fat pussy, so I don't know why he thinks I would do that. I'm not like him. We're very different people.
I don't want to talk to him. I hate that. Why would I fucking want to talk to Aiden? I wanted to fuck off.
You were chat kept saying, I never asked him to call, by the way. His chat was the one that kept saying it, and then he's like, so, like, you could just, like, call me if you want, like, on Discord, and then I call him, and then he lies and says, I wanted to call in his chat, even though I never typed that in his chat, which you would have been able to confirm before, out of total embarrassment, he's now hidden that chat.
To talk to you, right?
Well, yeah, he did talk to me. I expect him to have a brain, but I guess not.
Expect him to have a brain. Dude, what are the comebacks now? What are the comebacks now? I expected him to... It's like your father violently beat your family and molested you, and you spent your entire adult life taking it out on other people on the internet, and instead of using the profits you get from making yourself a public embarrassment to pay off your aunt that you're freeloading off of, who allows you to stay in her house and slowly erode the support beams as you exert your fat fucking body and the pressure as a result of it onto the upper floor, you decide to blow it all in London, where you're kicked out of bars and being like a drunken fat mess. That we get more and more stories about to laugh at as you continue to be a pathetic, sorry excuse for an adult and a man. Thank you for the 20. Jeez. He's actually angry. This is sad. Yeah.
He will not say no.
Because it's because I've already explained. I'm not gonna hash out at first. That's retarded.
That's what you say when you don't want to deny something. Were you molested as a child like Destiny?
No, not like Destiny. I will say,
that was
not
a good
like
clip.
this.
Well, there are no clips because nobody clips for me. So instead we have this. We have me trying to get clips that never come because all the clipping counts are insanely biased against me. So
Destiny. Whatever happened, it was not like Destiny. That I will say that.
There you have it. I mean, what else is there to say? What else is I'm totally owned, man. I'm totally just admits to being molested and attempt to own me. Okay. I mean, that's certainly a strategy. Nobody's ever done that with me before. I've beefed with plenty of people online. I've had plenty of arguments. This is the first time that somebody has admitted to being molested in an attempt to own me. Okay. Cool, bro. Cool story.
Alright, so you were molested, but not...
It was either better or worse. I won't say which way.
Okay, well, yeah, dude. Totally. This is the best he can think of in the moment, and which is nothing. He can't think of anything, because he is an incredibly unremarkable human being that is unable to, conceptualize a good comeback. So the best he has is him admitting that he's been molested so that you maybe feel bad. He's sympathy baiting. He wants your fucking sympathy. For being molested, as if he hasn't constantly demeaned others over this same trait, as if he has not constantly attempted to take revenge on his childhood self through the course of his coverage and commentary on people. He wants you to sit there and feel bad for him like a slobbering fat fucking idiot.
We got an answer now. So Ryzik was right in chat when he said you were right. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. Bye.
I'll accept any speculation other than it being like Destiny. That's too far.
Sucks to suck, bro. Sucks to suck. Damn. How does it go from here?
Well, to answer Cathy's question, I'm bringing stuff up about Aiden because I don't like Aiden. I don't care if Aiden stays in the call or leaves. In fact, I prefer if Aiden never spoke again and cut his tongue out.
I'm sure I would wish that if I were Parry too. I would honestly hope to God every night that Aiden stopped talking. 100%. I understand that, Parry. I understand that.
Idea. That's all, Parry. If Aiden's gonna embarrass...
He's actually afraid of me. He's unironically afraid of me.
...hash out his personal...
I'm not your dad, bro. I'm not your dad. You don't need to be scared, okay? I'm just gonna leak a little more as the weeks continue. That's gonna be it, okay? I'm not your dad.
...life. So you have to do the same. No. No.
Wait, what did you say?
...hash out his personal life. So you have to do the same. No.
Okay, so now Parry's doing a cope of, I shouldn't have to talk about my personal life. When was it ever, for everyone that actually likes this guy, I mean this sincerely, I hope a fucking boulder falls on your head, okay? I don't want you around. I just don't want you around. If you think it's cool to get online and be a fucking crybully bitch as a 25-year-old freeloading fat sack of shit, okay? So if you actually unironically like this guy, this like actual like pedophile adjacent freak, you should probably go somewhere else. That's all I'll say. You should probably go somewhere else. This is pathetic. There are no redeeming qualities about this guy. He is a man-child and a bitch.
No. I'll be honest, I feel like the Soul Skibbity beating up Kuihman stuff is a bit... I don't know, it's a bit like, it's just kind of like who cares anymore?
Yeah, when he made a point and tried to argue for it and insisted he was serious and got it like hilariously wrong, he was actually joking then. That was a bit. You just don't understand. It's like the cope from these. I think the people that like him are more insufferable than he is. Unironically, I think that they are way more insufferable than he is. Thank you for the 5 G's. Also, technically, Parry scammed me because he didn't read... Okay, that's not a scam. That's just a mistake, which people make, including myself. The question is, when you asked him for this, did he attempt to rectify it?
So...
I wish we could see his stream chat right now. It's so embarrassing.
I can't believe... It was fucked up, though, that, like, Aiden's gonna, like, slander Tree of Logic as a doxer. That's disgusting.
I didn't even know who this woman was. He's the one that brought her name into the conversation.
It is disgusting that he would do that. That is disgusting. Oh, hi, Goat Cato. That's great. That's a great idea. That picture of Goat Cato...
How do you know about the dad thing? I know about the dad thing because he confessed to me that his father beat his family, and that's why he doesn't have a good relationship with them. But the way he spoke about him made me infer molestation. Which he then later suggested there was some truth to that, so... I don't think that it's a point to get on somebody for if something happened to them as a kid, okay? I don't think it's a point to get... For him specifically it is, because this person has used it as just like a point of mockery for other people, speculated on like abusive dynamics that he's supposedly seen in other people, even though he was just reiterating his own like subconscious guilt over his own childhood. So yeah, I'll leak it. I will use it against you. I will laugh at you. And I will continue to bully you over it. And the best part is that's not the last leak. So
Cato reminded me. There's a video about Goat Cato I want to watch. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do now.
Dude, he just admitted he got molested. So he's like, how can I save this? Aiden, Goat Cato? Let me look at Goat Cato. Dude, he's actually trying so hard. Wait. You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna put Brittany Simon on screen next. Then he's totally not going to be owned and be known as the guy who got owned so bad in a conversation he actually admitted to being molested on stream. Thank you for the 5. Best friend plus Parry is... Okay, Thank you for the 5.
where I'm taking the stream. That's where I'm taking this. Oh, look, it's me. Where did that video go?
Where's chat? I just want to see what chat's saying about this as he does it. Oh wait, yeah. Once it's not there.
Where did that video go?
So he's just gonna watch Goat Kato now. Search transcript. Nope. Malta's white. It depends on what. This is why white is such like a arbitrary characteristic, because it depends on what you consider white. The Maltese have various like genetic influences, from the Phoenicians, from the Romans, from the French, from the so Maltese people are like mixed. I think on average their DNA is like upwards of 40 to 50%, potentially Middle Eastern or something. Their language, Maltese, is a Semitic language, like Arabic or Hebrew. Maltese is, well, yeah, everybody belongs to an ethnicity. Even people in the, like, white is not an ethnicity. White has ethnicities within it, like Italian or French or Spanish or Portuguese. But yeah, he's just bringing up Goat Kato, I guess.
I didn't get Goat Kato did like nothing wrong.
What is he watching?
Like the Hidden Herald stuff was retarded. It wasn't, you know, there was like.
Didn't he sweep for Goat when that was happening? Right alongside me? Do you think there's like some part of him is like a little bit angry that she said she was starting to develop feelings for me and not for him after he came in with that stream trying to defend Goat Kato during the Hidden Heroine stuff? Do you think there's like some underlying jealousy? Do you think there's some underlying jealousy there?
And Kuihman was replaced by an identical twin. Is that complicated?
The timeline would make sense, wouldn't it? Because apparently, when he like had this realization about me, that was after I told him I was into her. Oh my god. And then the reason, and this is something good that he did inadvertently. It is very good I didn't get into a relationship with this person. But the reason it ultimately didn't end up working out is because he had come out and said that I'd privately like confide or whatever, right? So it never ended up working out or going anywhere. But do you think that's the reason he did that? Oh my god.
It's pretty straightforward.
If only this could unmolest him. If only this could unmolest him.
Hi, Parrot, are you in love with
If Man with a Time Machine goes back in time and stops PurpleParryGaming's dad, we're like presented with this like skinny, like good looking, clean cut, like businessman in the modern day at 25, started his own company and is now enjoying retirement at 25 in Sicily. Can you imagine? Men with a Time Machine only want one thing.
anyone? I wouldn't say I'm in love with anyone, you know, that's like a strong word. I mean, are there people that I find interesting in life? I guess so, but is it romantic, platonic? I mean, it's a very difficult question. ZV, I mean, it's, you know, it's a bit personal. I hope you don't mind. I'm not really going to get too into it. So the answer is...
Let chat wingman for you next time. I don't need that, but second of all, you would never know ever again if I had feelings for someone, so...
The heart wants what the heart wants, I guess. That's the answer.
Nor if I was in a relationship.
Crazy, I just gave you the best for £2. That's a good answer. That's like for a £2 donation, ZV. That's an insanely good answer. Are you fucking serious right now? You're gonna say that was a little, dude? Come on, man.
Also, you know what we need to do? Anyway. I said this last stream, I'm getting a haircut after this stream. I need haircut ideas. I need haircut ideas. I need haircut ideas. I need haircut ideas. Send them in topic suggestions. We'll take a look. It has to work with my head shape, though.
I'm serious. I don't think there's really anything wrong with Goat Cat. It's like she's like on like cringe, I guess. But she does.
Oh, this is an interesting strat. So now that he's made her available, he's gonna try to sweep for her. Got it. I mean, he does know that the reason I know what Lyo's wife looks like is because she was sending that picture around, right? Interesting.
Like,
but she did nothing wrong now. Very, very interesting.
Like art that's like cringy, and
so the play is gonna be, he's now gonna. It's actually genius. The play is, now that he's secured her availability, he's gonna try to get in.
And she e-dates. That's the worst thing about her, is that she e-dates. I went over to my earlier coverage, but basically Ghost Kato has like this.
Yeah, dude, let me get a mohawk. That's a great idea, man. I'm gonna be pulling all the bitches with a fucking mohawk. What a outstanding idea.
This Minecraft villager farm, guys. Right. Hey Parry, you're in love with anyone?
Parry, are you in love with anyone?
Definitively, I will say not really right now. No, not right now.
You still think a bowl cut would help me pull? Good one, man. Also, what's the deal? I wanted to cover this later. This Afro Man shit. If anyone send that to me, I'm gonna try to pay someone to make a fucking. I just need a docket maker, dude. I need a docket maker. I'm too lazy. Link me in top section anything you have on this Afro Man shit.
Not right now, no.
But yeah, this is like an obvious attempt at pivoting. He doesn't even have any material he's gonna go with. He's watching he's watching the anus video, I guess. Yeah, it's like really pathetic. Okay, well, I hopefully, you've come away with this stream with some clarity as to who, Parry is, I guess. What is Jimmy saying here? Why is my top guy talking to Jimmy? Or no, Parry's on. Why is Jimmy my top guy talking to Parry?
Anyone did he? So
he's not my top guy anymore. Jimmy has not been my top guy for a while. Another Aiden Toady defects?
Yeah, pretty much.
Plus, when you consider it, I mean, if you're in a club, you're always going to be like close to people physically because there's not much room. So does the cuddling even mean anything in that moment?
I think it does, yeah.
Although actually, your story does kind of make sense. This narrative does kind of make sense. Because if you think back to the initial story with regards to Soul telling those women that I'm a famous YouTuber, Soul tried to get me with some random chicks at a bar or a club.
Oh, how did that work?
But he didn't try to get Kuihman with anyone, did he? Almost like, yeah, almost.
Soul tried to wingman for me while I was drunk, and I made out with some chick. And then apparently after the fact, Soul said to the world, the only reason that she made out with me is because she felt bad because I was a virgin. This is what we were told after the fact. And, well, whatever he said, it fucking worked. So, you know, I guess. It felt, she was a bit too passionate about it, though, for me to feel like it was a pity kiss. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't realize, like, she was immediately gonna, like, fucking stick her tongue in my mouth and shit. It's a little taken off guard. But, you know, I just rolled with it. Check inbox, shocking clip. And apparently, she was a lesbian, I'm hearing. So I don't know what that was about.
Use the number 179 to get help for what happened to you as a kid. Thank you for the $5 G's.
Yeah. Is that inbox? Is that what I'm supposed to be checking?
He posted a picture of him with a girl to insinuate.
Creepy that the chick only made out with you. Well, that's how Soul tells it. I don't know how much of that I believe. Because, well, let's just say, I feel like I could feel if there was if it was out of pity or out of something else. And you know, maybe I just can't tell the difference, but it didn't feel very pitiful, I guess. I will say, maybe potentially. Gamma, how are you sweeping for Perry?
Looks like he was saving
What's your sweep, Gamma?
for himself. It's actually a good point.
Yesterday I was talking about this on stream and Dickers was there. Second I started talking about this, Dickers went quiet. Had to start DMing people. He said, I gotta go. Dickers was scared.
Is that true?
They're getting too close to the truth.
Dickers is a part of the polycule? Is that true?
I have heard this, yeah.
Do we know who Soul beat up? He didn't beat anyone up. He shoved them allegedly 3 times, and it was Kuihman. I'm not kidding. Kuihman, or Soul, for apparently no reason at all, started shoving Kuihman. To the point where I guess a bouncer across the street walked over to try to intervene.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I want to say. I think you're sweeping for the herpes allegations.
The shove felt around the world.
Well, I am sweeping for that because that picture is gross. I don't want to show it on my stream. That is true.
But you showed the soul twerking one?
Well, yeah.
See, that's unbelievable.
Kuihman's not a bad-looking guy. Kuihman's not a bad-looking guy, okay? If Kuihman wanted to pull, he could. He just comes off as a bit, like, miserable. So, he's not somebody that looks, like, very approachable as a human being. I think his biggest problem, that's sort of, like... We need to start, like, doing, like, looks analysis. But I think the biggest problem that really, like, stunts him is he has the gamer, like, the gamer shoulders. You know what I mean? Where it's, like, a little bit, like, sort of slouch. He needs to put his shoulders back. I got the same problem to some extent. I have the same problem. It's kind of hidden a little bit sometimes, though, because I'm tall. I don't know. But it doesn't come off as apparent. But he sort of has that, like, posture, that, like, gamer posture. You know what I mean?
Literally no standards.
I feel like I already kind of... I mean, it's very... I mean, there's proof out there that I did.
I don't think so.
Yeah, his posture, yeah. And he's got the, that like, those eyes of, like, depression and misery and pain and torture. So that probably makes it... I mean, people have said something so, like, people are like, I need to smile more or something, I get, because I have, like, a resting bitch face or whatever. But yeah, it just doesn't look like a very approachable type of person.
Fine right now.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the shrimp stuff? Could you explain the shrimp stuff?
Why are you... I've probably looked into his eyes repeatedly, because you do that when you're making eye contact, typically in conversation. I mean, it would be really weird if I was talking to somebody, and I was, like, looking like this, like, never looking them in the eyes. I guess, no, it makes sense why you would think, because you might be autistic. Yeah, no, it makes sense for you.
Up to me?
Oh, that's from like a month ago. I just finally posted the highlight.
I'm going to get my teeth redone. I'm getting my teeth redone, so I'm going to have, like, real estate agent teeth, like, veneers and shit. Getting it, and I'm just going to be smiling all stream like a fucking psycho.
Did Chronic Sonic tap?
No. Does Chronic Sonic ever tap?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking, man.
No, you could have answered this question yourself.
Yeah, I guess. I only saw how.
Jokes on you. I'm autistic, and okay, so you're an AIDS gang. It's like, just pick a random chatter. They will either be autistic, Hispanic, gay, or insanely racist, or all four. You never know, but there'll always be one of those things.
Up your video. I didn't know maybe it had a surprise ending.
No, surprise ending is that it doesn't happen.
Oh.
$2 from G's for the Teeth Fund. Well, thank you very much, G's for the Teeth Fund. Toki is all for... You're not Hispanic. No, Toki is a Germanic Aryan Mexican. Toki's a Germanic Aryan Mexican. Okay. Well, that's the Parry stuff. I'm going to be live later with an actual stream. This is like the pre-stream. But I'm going to get a haircut first and then have another shower because I need to shower after I get my haircut. So you probably won't be seeing me for a few hours. We'll be back with a night stream later tonight, and I expect you all to be here. Okay? Important things are going to be discussed. I'm going to, maybe we'll crack open a cold one. Who knows? Have a good time. We got some things we need to get through. So I'll see you guys later. In the meantime, subscribe if you're new here for any reason. Like up on your way out if you've enjoyed what you've seen. Join my Discord, follow me on Twitter, all that good stuff. I will see you guys later tonight. Bye-bye. Wait, where's the... Hold on, I'll send you to Dickers. Bye.